What is going on, gentlemen? This is Sir Yeetus. Welcome to episode 81 of Yeetus' Thoughts. And this topic has been talked about numerous times by different content creators within the quote unquote manosphere, right? But I got something to say, and I'm sure you guys got something to say about this as well. I know it's been a long time, aka a couple days since I posted, but it's been a very eventful few days for me. I've been beyond busy. But now that I'm back, I am ready to go. I'm ready to drop some gems. And before I begin, I got something to say to you guys, okay? Thank you once again for supporting this channel so far. I didn't expect this channel to blow up as big as it is right now. And it's continuing to grow. I see the analytics. A lot of people, they believe in Sir Yeetus. They believe in the Warband and what we're trying to send out there. Currently, we are being attacked from all sides, solely just for speaking the truth from a male perspective, right? On how things are supposed to be traditionally, and helping out men in the process without forcing them to do anything for us, right? This information is free for anybody to listen to. This information is for any young man or any man of any age to wake up, open up their eyes, and see what they're dealing with when it comes to the dynamics of dating today. And with that, I am about to go into this topic, okay? So, our topic today, the gym became the new nightclub. And they like, oh, what are you talking about, Sir Yeetus? I will explain. And also, before I explain, I know there's a couple of people that will like to get on because these guys that goes to the gym literally every day, they can back up what I'm about to claim. See, the gym was mainly male dominated for years, right? I'm not saying women has not gone to gyms before, but what I'm saying is the gym's main purpose was to go in there, lift something heavy, pick up a squat rack or bench press or shoulder press or incline bench, whatever it is. Your primary goal is to go up in there and work out. Go up in there, go get those gains. Take your pre-workout beforehand, work out for like an hour and a half, an hour, then take your post-workout protein shake for recovery. That's how it's supposed to be every day, right? And the primary focus is not only that you get better, but make sure that your bros are coming up there with you, right? Making sure that everybody is safe to work out, making sure you're spotting people, making sure that if somebody is struggling with their form, you go and help them correct their form, etc. And that's how it should be. But because of, feminism getting all crazy, now it literally became a straight up nightclub. What do you like? It's insane to the point where I was able to go to the gym last week, right? And it's a long distance too because the gym next to me closed. There's more women than ever because for the last 10 years, there's always been women there just to go get like selfies for their social media. But when I went there last week, literally, majority of the women, young women, were wearing things that leaves little to the imagination. Not even men do that. Men don't walk into the gym with just straight up spandex or speedos. We don't do that. Okay, but women, they come up in here with the tightest of clothes, just to go work out for like what, 5 minutes tops. Actually, no, I say 10 minutes. Okay, I'll give the benefit of the doubt. 10 minutes. Then the rest of the time, they're literally just taking 300 photos on a certain workout machine or near the squat rack. And everybody else's plans to use that machine or squat rack is delayed because she wants to make sure that the angle is right for the gram. I'm like, no, that is not what we do here. That is not what we do here. The only time that I see a gym bro take out his phone is to change the music. That's it. Besides that, you're just there to fucking get that pump in, get them gains in. That's the purpose of a gym. But of course, when it comes to these model women, they really want to wear the most provocative clothing they can find when it comes to gym clothing, and literally show out to everybody within the vicinity, and then get upset when a man looks right. See, not only she's clearly baiting for attention, but she wants to feel superior to that man, saying, these gym bros, these meatheads, they're only here for one thing, just to stare at my ass." No. First off, why are you just busting it wide open for the last 45 minutes? That's not a fucking workout. That's a workout you could do at home. What are you doing? You're clearly doing this right in front of, where the gigantic mirrors are. We can do the deadlift, the squats, and all that other jazz. Literally doing these most awkward yoga, what the fuck she's doing, positions, just so that she can get enough tension on her. Unbeknownst, there's people. Oh no, she's recording men that's looking, just so that she can get her validation and just so that she can be on that pedestal and say, "Oh, look at all these men, these horn dogs, just looking at me. I'm just doing stretches." When she's literally she's literally 2 seconds away from twerking. Literally. And on top of that, when men are really trying to get them gains, there's women out there that go to the gym intentionally get in the man's way and do provocative shit, similar to what you do at a nightclub. But hey, guys, 1 second. I'm gonna ask somebody here right quick. Island Herman, what's up?
Yo, what up? This is a great topic, dude. And yeah, I go to the gym like 6 days a week, and I work at a gym on the weekend, so I can
Is
back you up on a lot of this, dude.
Yeah, is anything that I'm saying incorrect so far?
No, pretty much everything is accurate. And like it's the nightclub only if you're like, they'll show up. Like I'll see girls show up and it's like they're practically naked. They're wearing booty shorts, like push-up bras, and it's like, hey, I'm not complaining. I'm gonna look, but it's like, come on, like I know, and they're wearing 10 pounds of makeup. It's like you really need to wear that much makeup to come work out.
Yeah, there's
And then
no fucking reason. Yeah.
yeah, and then they'll go on the treadmill for like 20 minutes and then wander around the weight room like a fucking wounded gazelle waiting for like Chad to swoop them up. Like, I know what you're doing.
Right. And the fact that this phenomenon is happening, um, it was pretty bad years ago. But for the last few years, especially with the pandemic that came in, and all the gyms were closed and stuff, all the nightclubs were closed and stuff. And let's go back even further, early 2010s and onwards, because of social media having these dating apps, right? Tinder, Plenty of Fish, Meet Me, or any other dating app that I missed. There isn't really no incentive for a man to go to a nightclub as much as before, right?
Yeah,
So
and especially with these nightclubs, a lot of guys aren't picking up women there because it's an environment where they're drinking. So if something happens, you're the one getting in trouble, even if she drank more than you.
I agree. I agree. And when these men are way more absent than usual from the nightclubs and the bars and stuff, since Now, technically, they don't even have to go there anymore to get some puniti. The next thing that's over there is the gym because plenty of men they go there to get them gains. And the pandemic definitely started women from attention. So when things started to lift up around last year and onwards, oh, a swarm of women wearing the most provocative clothing to the gym, not only for their Instagram followers, but just so that she can have that validation that she's still that bitch, right? Even
Yep.
though we're not looking just because, oh, look at that ass. No, bitch, you've been on the squat rack for 30 fucking minutes.
Dude,
Move.
I was trying to use the squat rack like 2, 3 weeks ago. There was this fucking girl. She probably looked like maybe 17. She's just standing in front of it taking selfies. I'm like, bitch, if you don't get off the squat rack, I am gonna physically fucking move you. I had to wait like 20 minutes, dude. I was pissed.
Yeah, that is the worst feeling that you can have is like you're on a roll with your workout plan, and then bam, there's that one girl literally doing nothing but bending it over for Chad in the gym, or literally taking ass pics for it for the Instagram, saying, "Ooh, look at me
Yep.
working out," while she's lifting 5 pound dumbbells.
I got another story too. It was me and my black friend. We were working out, getting in some heavy lifts, and there's these two girls at the squat rack, and they're doing some fucking weird exercise. And like they caught me and my friend looking because like they had their fucking ass like basically hanging wide out, and they like liked the attention. They just kept doing it, and we're like laughing at each other. Like we could have easily smashed them.
Yeah, easily, but it's like that's not the time right now. Do that shit somewhere else. I did not take this pre workout for no reason. Get the fuck out the way.
Yeah, I
Fuck.
agree.
How are you talking to me like that? Girl, I've seen you on the phone for the last 10 to 15 minutes doing nothing. Like the worst part is the was it the leg section? The you know how you lift your legs up? I forgot what machine that was called.
What, the
Like
machine where you're sitting down and like you lift your legs up? It's like an
yeah,
isolation movement.
yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot what it's called. Fuck. But
I just
they're
call it the leg
literally
extension.
then okay, I'll say leg extensions. They're literally on the phone sitting down for the last 10 to 15 minutes, not doing shit. And I'm trying to get my leg workout in. Like
Yep.
because you know the type of workout you do, like you don't really have breaks per se. You just like go nonstop.
Yeah, like you just jump from whatever to whatever to take as least time as you can. Kind of like a circuit workout. Is that what you're
Yes.
talking about?
Yes. And I remember back in 2017, this one bitch literally ruined my whole momentum just because she just wanted to talk on her little fucking, I don't know, Instagram or what the fuck she was doing. I literally had to tell her, hey, if you're not doing anything, get out. Like get off the fucking machine. Ooh, I'm so used to it. No, you were not. You were not. But of course, the manager's like, "Hey, come on, man. Come on, man. Hey,
Well, it's like,
just wait your turn." I'm like, "I've been waiting for 15 minutes. What are you talking about?"
well, like
It's just craziness, bro.
there's this one girl I was training at the gym. This was before the coof, and so anyways, I like knew her from like outside of the gym, and she seen was working there, so I was I help out on the weekends and stuff. And she kept going, and I was training her because she's a client. And then she was trying to hang out after, and she's like, why, all my friends already think we're fucking. I told them, I'm like, I can't train this girl. Like, she's literally just doing it to try to get some dick. And like, if you're a trainer, you're kind of like in a position of like authority because like you know what you're talking about.
Right.
So
And another thing that who brought up RPT. The simping in the gym is bad as well. Yes. Yes. Anytime you call a woman out for not doing shit or hogging up the equipment, you have which I never really had an issue with other male like other men working out trying to confront me. It's mainly the management. that comes to confront me. Say, hey man, like, what's all the fuss? Blah blah. I'm trying to use this machine, but this bitch has been taking pictures for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah,
I
I
want
never
to use
really
this
had
machine.
problem. I never really had problem with that because like I'm friends with all the like power lifter bodybuilder dudes,
Right.
and I work there and stuff, so I never really had that problem.
But you know, it's
But
difficult to tell a chick to get the fuck out the way if you're not using a machine. You know, like
yeah,
move, go away. Oh, you can't tell me. I'm like, oh my god. God
dude,
damn,
I
like my
remember
pre.
one.
Well, what's up?
I remember. I remember one time I got to the gym. I was doing a incline dumbbell press with 95-pound dumbbells, and the girl next to me happened to be doing the same exercise, but with like 15s or 20, something little. We
Right.
happened to get done with our set at the same time, and she starts touching my shoulder and chest, and she's like, "You're making me look bad," like trying to like flirt with me and shit. I'm like, "Bitch, I'm trying to get in my set."
Don't touch me. Like, see, oh my god, see,
Could you imagine if I would have did that?
cops will be dropping. No,
Yep,
SWAT team will be coming from out of the sky.
they would have been beating my ass with billy clubs and shit.
See, that's the biggest thing. Like male or female, I don't give a fuck. Like men, we already know. Like if you're in the process like of doing the set, we don't bother each other until you're done. Okay, like that's the unwritten rule. You don't just come up and try
Yep.
to touch and have a conversation. No, like you breaking my fucking focus. Focus exists. So
That's why I
it's
keep my headphones in so people don't talk to me. It's kind of like I also hate that one guy at the gym that tries to talk to you forever. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? It's like, bro,
I have to
I
call one
have
out.
these
Yeah.
fucking I have these headphones in for a reason. Like, you're ruining my workout. Like, I hope you die on the bench press. Leave me alone.
He's like, whoa, damn. See, yeah,
Like,
that's a big thing. Yeah.
like if it collapses on your neck, I'm not saving you. You just wasted 15 minutes of my time.
So many minutes, right? Because pre-workout, depending on which pre-workout you get, that shit ain't cheap.
Yeah.
Especially if you go to the gym Monday through Friday or every day. Because I do know a couple people go to the gym every day, like no rest days.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
like, damn.
I go probably every day, but I don't really count the seventh day because it's like a light cardio, so it's not really taxing on the body. But yeah, I lift 6 days a week, so
That guy Pete. Damn, I didn't know y'all were getting harassed like that. I'm over here being invisible and shit. But on the plus
it
side,
depends.
nobody
Like if
disturbs
you
me.
it depends if you're like a small dude with like 12-inch arms, like yeah, you're gonna be invisible at the gym. They're not gonna notice you at all. But like if you have any muscle on your frame at all and like know what you're doing, like yeah, they're probably gonna bother you. Especially like, I got a couple friends at the gym that are like fucking just straight monsters. Like you should see like the girls practically break their fucking necks looking at those guys.
I've dealt with that a long time ago. I think 7 years ago. No, 8 years ago. And I was in the gym and I was getting it in. I was still pretty lean and mean, right? For my age, because I was 18, 19 around there.
Yeah.
And I caught a couple of girls staring. I'm like, hey, I see you. I see you because I was in the deadlifts and the big ass mirror in the front.
Yep.
And I looked up and I see two of them literally hardcore staring. I'm like, you goddamn pubs. Yeah. Look at my goddamn glutes. Look at my back.
Yeah, dude, I'll catch girls fucking breaking their necks looking at me in the gym too, because like I got really big arms and they're all tatted up and shit, so I kind of like got that bad boy look.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, a lot of these girls will like come up to me. I was actually trying to call into your show the other day in between doing sets on deadlifts, and I just finished a set. I fucking turn around. There's like a group of girls in the gym. I'm like, oh, I can't call in now because I'm gonna say something offensive and it's gonna get me in trouble. So
Right. And like once again, if they uh especially years ago, right now I don't really give a shit about Western women. But years ago, if they were to wait until I was done with my workout and talk to me when I left the gym, that would be a different story. But while I'm in the
Yeah.
gym, don't fucking bother me.
I actually had this case where it was a Thursday. I was doing heavy sets of deadlifts, and this girl, she was probably about 5'7", brown hair, glasses. She comes up to me and she goes, "How much weight is that?" Like flirting with me and stuff. And I tell her what it is, and she's like, "You're really cute. Can I have your number?" And I'm like, "All right, bet, fuck it." Like, she's cute. It's Thursday. I'm pretty much like the end of my workout. Made
Yes.
plans to hang out the next day, which was Friday, and yeah, she fucking like ghost me. I don't hear nothing from her. I do a little bit of research and I find out she had a boyfriend. So I think she was like trying to like cheat and not get caught.
Hey man, we don't love these hoes. Like I'm telling you, bro, it's like statistics don't lie, and on top of that, based on our experiences, I'm telling you, man, women are way sneakier when it comes to cheating.
Yep.
I don't trust that stat saying, "Oh, women cheated just as much as men." No, women cheat
Dude,
more than men.
there was a couple girls that I smashed at the gym last summer, and I found out they were married. They just like took off their rings before the gym and pretended to be single because they would go alone because their husbands didn't work out.
Is that? Oh, don't even get me started on that. But before we continue, two things. If you want to support your boy Sir Yeetus, or you want to support the Warband, or both, go ahead, click on the link on top of the chat and donate to Cash App. Okay. I like Cash App better because you're more anonymous when it comes to giving funds. Okay. Uh you'll be able to do your own thing and not give up your real information while donating. So any donation is appreciated. If you have a question, if you have a statement to say to me, or if you just feel like donating, all donations are appreciated. All right. You guys help me out plenty so far when it comes to building my channel, and the grind will not stop for me anytime soon. Thank you. But the one, the only Lion of MGTOW.
What up, Lion?
What's up, fam? What's up?
What is going on?
Nothing much.
How do you feel about the topic um that we're talking about so far when it comes to women deeming the gym as a nightclub?
I agree 100%. They are basically using the gym as like a secondary nightclub, and it's, to be honest, it's fucking irritating.
How so? Like, because I'm sure you got a couple of stories.
It's actually very irritating because I've actually done this myself. Like, I will go to the gym in the mornings, right?
Right.
The gym thoughts will not be there in the morning because usually the people who go to the gym in the morning are the elderly.
Yep, and they don't want to wake up early too.
Yep. That's what I've been doing is either because I only go to the gyms during the day. It feels like I know I won't have time that day, but I usually go at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, or midnight or 1 o'clock.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I gotta get ready for work at 5 in the morning. I wish I could go early and get it out of the way.
Right.
But during the week I normally go about 7:30, 8, and I'm in there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So
But I'm sure you dealt with these model women line of MGTOW where they were making it difficult for you to get your workout in.
yes, I've had that happen a couple of times, and it's very irritating. It's fucking stupid. I mean, and they know what they're doing, and they're either attention whoring or they're trying to push your buttons. It's fucking dumb. Like, for instance,
Oh, what's up?
like about a couple of months back, there was this one particular trollop who was wearing yoga pants, and she was like on the leg press, like the machine for leg presses,
Right.
and like she'd get her reps in, right? She'd stop, like she wouldn't drink any water, like she'd stop, and then she'd go back to doing it. She'd stay on there for 15 minutes, and then like When I turned to find another machine so I could get my leg press workout in, like right as I was turning around, she like I saw her smiling, and then she quit smiling. She quit smiling like right after I right after I saw her, and then went right back to working out. I said, okay, yeah, she's attention whoring. So just stop it. Just
Yeah, it's insane. Like, you do not need to be on that machine for 15 minutes. What the fuck are you doing?
yeah, it's attention whoring. It's just fucking dumb. The same
It's
goes
like
it was like
work.
same goes like for instance, there was also a particular woman, a Cleon bitch, who was on a treadmill. Usually, like if you're on a treadmill, you're jogging, you wear sweatpants, right?
When I'm jogging, yeah, I wear like sweatshirts, sweatpants, like I'm covered so I can have easier time burning any type of fat, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this particular Cleon bitch was wearing yoga pants while jogging. I'm like, you're gonna get a yeast infection. What the fuck are you doing?
Oh shit.
You jog in sweatpants. You don't jog in yoga pants. What the fuck are you doing?
It makes no sense.
She was doing it for the attention. They know guys look at their ass in there. That's why they do it.
Yeah, it was a dead giveaway. As soon as I saw that, I said, that's fucking stupid, man.
Because once again, it's been happening for a while since the rise of social media. So I would say around 2012, 2013 and onward. But ever since the pandemic happened and onward, there's a influx of women wearing the most provocative shit. Once again, leaving little to the imagination, just to see if they can have that type of validation. They can catch a man taking a quick glance.
Bro, I thought this one girl was naked at my gym. She was wearing like the tightest fucking yoga pants you can imagine and like a sports bra, but it was like the color of her skin. I had to double look. I'm like, is this bitch naked? Like,
was it like that nude color?
yeah, like, you know, the shit that's like the same color as their skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that crap.
Yeah, she was wearing that. I had a double look. I'm like, holy fuck. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. She's got clothes on.
You reminded me, at this one time, there was a woman that was running on the treadmill with no bra.
Wow.
I'm like, is this public indecency? Like, what the fuck is she doing? What is she doing? Literally, even the guys were like, you know, like what you know, like don't get me wrong, like she wasn't ugly, but the fact that she thought it was a good idea to do it in the first place, a good amount of men are like, nah, this ain't it, right? Because even though that you're not ugly, you know, you may seem attractive to some people, the way that you're acting to try to get all this attention is a complete turnoff. You know, you're like, men are like, yo, like, put a fucking bra on. What are you doing? You know, she didn't have the itty bitty titties. All right, she had double D's at least.
See, now if she was at a gym like Planet Fitness, she probably would have got kicked out. I heard a story of some girl. She was actually like super attractive. She got kicked out of Planet Fitness because the fat girls were intimidated by her. I was fucking dying, dude.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me either, man. They can preach body positivity all day, but if they see a woman that's in shape, then they get all butt hurt and say, get her out of here. Blah, 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 blah. Just fucking turn to hippopotamus.
But yeah, pro tip for everybody in the chat: Planet Fitness isn't a real gym. If you work out at Planet Fitness, get the fuck out of there. You ain't gonna make no gains.
Yep, I went there as a guest. Never again.
Yeah, to hell with that fucking place, man. The color of the equipment looks fucking stupid. It just hurts your eyes.
And all they have is Smith machines. Like, I was helping a dude in the Discord get in shape, and he was like telling me all they got is Smith machines. I'm like, bro, you got to get the fuck out of there. Like, at my gym, we bully people that use the Smith machine. So
yeah, it's ridiculous, and you can't what's it called? Make a lot of noise when you're lifting.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Exactly.
Like, that alarm is so sensitive. It's not, man.
And the dumbbells only go up to 60. How the fuck am I supposed to make any gains when the dumbbells only go up to 60?
Yeah, like I think at my gym they go up to 80 or 85 at least. I think.
Oh shit! When I went to this one gym when I was in the military. It went up to 130 or 35.
Yeah, mine go up to like at my gym, I think 120, something like that.
Yeah, like at least in the military, you have no choice but to work out because there's a standard of you to be fit. So you don't really have the luxury to go around and talk and flirt or whatever they want to do. You have to be fit.
I've actually been doing a lot of calisthenics lately. I've been liking it a lot, dude. I do like a fuck ton of pull-ups and dips and push-ups and shit.
Push-ups
having
will
fun.
always push-ups will always be my favorite workout. I fucking
Yep.
love push-ups.
Yeah, I've been every other day. I've been going to the gym. I've been doing 100 pull-ups, and then not all at once, obviously, and then 100 dips, and then 200 push-ups, and it's been a pretty good workout. So
That's another thing. Yeah, my favorite workout with calisthenics is dips as well. I do
Yep.
love dips.
oh, dude, when it gets to the point where you can start doing these exercises weighted, people look at you like you're crazy. Like I'll do like weighted dips and like weighted chin-ups and shit, and people would be like, "What the fuck?" Because people have a hard time doing it without weights. So
Yeah, well, you
but yeah,
strap that shit around your waist. The highest I
Yep.
went was just 145-pound.
yeah, I've gone to
like-
2 plates. That's the most I've gone.
Shit, that's strong as fuck. But they got creeped out when I went from when you do dip straight, you just
Yeah.
and when I hit muscle failure, I tilt my chest forward to work on the chest. So they're like, "What the fuck?" Like, "Oh shit!" Like he's still going. I'm like, I just switch the muscles that I'm working on.
I got a friend. I got a friend at the gym that does dips with 4 plates. He's fucking crazy strong, dude.
Hopefully he won't go too crazy because he may have been
He's
not
like
pay for that in the future.
He's like the definition of a Giga Chad. Like, you should see these bitches break their fucking necks looking at this dude. It's my blue pill friend I've talked about before on the channel.
But he's not doing any ego lifting, right?
No, he's been lifting for a long time. He's like, makes me look weak, dude.
Because that's a big thing. Ego lifting is a no-no in a gym chat.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah, the guys that do ego lifting, I call them shaved apes.
Seriously, like, especially when they have no spotter, I'm like, you fucking idiot. And one time I had to save this woman, not a dude. She was surprisingly ego lifting on the bench press. And seeing how big she was and how much weight she was lifting, I'm like, okay, that's not a good idea. I literally had to put down my weight and anticipate her lifting. And if I didn't run in there on time, she would have crushed her neck. Because when she picked up the bench press, she dropped it so fast, it was like that close to her neck. Like, and I was able to like catch on time. And
well, it's like, did you see that? My bad, dude. I don't mean to keep cutting you off.
No, it's all good, but like, first off, she's stupid to try to do a lot of weight on a bench press by herself because women, on average, don't have the upper body strength as a man. That's biology. 2, the fact that she was just trying to impress somebody. I forgot who it was, and if I wasn't there, she would literally had crushed her jugular, like crushed her fucking neck, and then I had no choice but to yell at her ass. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Where the fuck is your goddamn spotter? This was during the military. So,
well, it's like, did you see that video Hammerhand played the other day where that girl tried to squat 400 pounds and basically took her fucking head off? Like, bitch, I can't even squat 400 pounds. Like, you think your little ass can do it?
I can squat last time I tried it, 235. My squat form is horrible. I tend to lean forward, and I have to put something under my heels to keep me balanced. I have that weird situation.
I don't want to talk about legs. I'll cry. I got that Johnny Bravo physique. I got a big upper body and my legs. Like, I've been neglecting leg day for years. Don't judge me.
What'd you say, Lionel McDowell?
But yeah, I saw that video too, man. That right there was natural selection. I mean, why the fuck would I don't know anyone who would actually squat 400 pounds like that. That's actually very dangerous. I mean, you work. I mean, you have to. I mean, like there's a such thing as muscle memory. I mean, you got to start small and then work your way up, man. Never just go in there and try to do that shit. I mean,
But hey, I'm not saying that she is not allowed to lift 400 pounds, right? All right, cool. But did she have a spotter on each side and behind her?
No. There's like two dudes watching.
That's where she fucked up. Would you agree, Lina McTow?
That was a fatal mistake, man. She really messed up with it.
Yeah, if you're gonna be lifting that heavy, you need to have spotters on all angles. All angles. Yeah, because I'm sure she was able to get out of the way on time, but if there was nobody there to spot her, she would have been paralyzed or dead.
No, she died.
Oh, she actually died.
Yeah, she died.
Like killed her fucking head off, dude.
Oh shit. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. See, that just proves my point even more.
It was natural selection, yeah.
God damn. But hey, before we continue, we're gonna add one, the only Gray. What's going on?
Evening, Warband.
It's
okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm late, guys. Took a bit of a late nap, and now I got some minis out. So,
no, it's all good, Gray. So, on the topic today of women using gym as a new nightclub, what is your perspective on that? What's your overall perspective?
Well, from a personal standpoint, I haven't actually used a gym in several years. I use a home gym now.
So what about before? Because I know that it's been happening since the rise of social media.
That's the thing. Like a lot of the women, like the gym I was at was very segmented off. You had like the weight room section in one area, and then you had like the treadmills and the balance balls in the other area. It was mostly dudes on the weight side.
Right.
And it was never really an issue. I honestly can't even remember. I'm sure there were women back there, but nothing that comes to memory.
But I'm sure, let me know about your experience. There were women that were hogging up an equipment so she can post some crazy shit on social media or wherever the fuck she was doing.
That's the thing. It was a while ago. So,
well, I'm sure you had to have an example, right?
No, actually, that's the thing.
No.
I can't remember an example.
Damn. All right. Okay. I guess you went to a good gym.
It was a gym on campus when I was in college. Fairly small.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense because on campus, especially in college, there aren't that many women going to the gym. So I definitely agree. All right, Gray. All right, yeah. But based on what you heard or probably seen,
no,
what do you think about that?
No, it's clearly, well, the disease of the club has definitely gotten into it. And Miss, I'm gonna squat 400 without any spotters. Like there was one dude there watching it.
Oh, great! Can I stop you?
Yep.
Free Ross, selfies were around since 2013. Just put it out there.
That's the thing. They were around.
It wasn't popular, but
it wasn't normalized.
It was getting to that point, especially with the rise of Snapchat.
That's the thing. It was very much at the start of the time. Snapchat wasn't super popular at that particular point.
No, but it was growing like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because I was definitely in college around that time. But
that's when the clubs were also very active. So Snapchat at the time was a lot more focused on the club rather than the gym.
Right.
You didn't have this exodus of all the good men from the clubs.
Another thing I noticed about these gyms is they have women-only areas. At my gym, the upstairs is women-only. Men aren't allowed up there. Does your guys' gyms have that or no?
Yeah.
Not the ones that I've been in, but I definitely heard about those.
No, my gym doesn't have that stuff. In fact, not too far from where my gym was, there was a gym that opened up that was for women only, and that gym only lasted maybe about a year or two, and then they had to close down because most of the women didn't go to that gym. They went to the co-ed gyms because that's where they got the attention.
Yeah.
Do you know how crazy things will get if we establish a male-only area in a gym? Woo!
They would shut it down, dude. They would complain that they would never allow that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
But they
why.
can have their female only part of the gym all day, every day, and then we can't say shit about that.
Yeah, that's why privately owned gyms is the
Yeah.
way
That's the way it
to.
should be. That's the way it should be. You make it members only.
Yes, and that's a big thing. And
I'm all
believe
for
me,
it.
the
I'm all
plan
for it.
is, once I'm done with my career down in the future, I plan on having membership. In the membership, the man can come in for free. So, like, if you're
Are you gonna
serious
open a
about working
gym?
out in the future, yes, like far future, I definitely will open a gym, and the men that get the membership, the gym is free.
Yeah, because yeah, that's actually a very good idea. I mean, because like with a lot of co-ed gyms, like the gym etiquette is garbage now.
Oh, horrible!
Yeah, it's
Nobody.
fucking garbage, man. Nobody re-racks the weights. You got some people who don't spray the weights down and like don't spray the machine down after they're done with it. And some folks just, ugh, just the
Yeah,
etiquette
it's
is
just horrible, right?
the
Horrible. These.
the etiquette's garbage, man. It's garbage between the gym thoughts. It's garbage between like the shaved apes who go in there and try to ego lift or they make the most fucking noise. I'm like, look, man, just you, you're supposed to get in shape, not tear your fucking body down.
Uh,
Yeah,
I'll go ahead and continue, Gray, but I gotta comment. So if men are so evil, why won't they let us go on our way? Because whether they like it or not, they need us, and that's why women, especially modern women, they hate us to their core, because they know that without us, there is no modern woman. They will die in masses, and or the barbarians will be at the door,
exactly.
and they will have no choice to lay on their back. What do you say?
Exactly. There'll be easy pickings. Yeah.
Easy,
Well,
easy.
Well, yeah, deep down, they know they need us to survive. They know that fucking strong, independent woman shit is all cosplay. And as soon as the lights go off and the power is out, all that shit goes out the window.
Why do you think they always want to advocate for war, but they are not willing to go to war themselves? A good example is Ukraine.
Yep.
Just put out there, we should go there and help Ukraine. I'm like, you mean we or just me? Specify.
Exactly. Yep. They know what they're doing. Oh, yeah.
But what
Well,
were
yeah,
you
it was
saying,
funny.
Greg?
A lot of these lefties were like, "Oh, we want a no-fly zone," and then once people broke it down and they were like, "Yeah, that's basically World War III," and they're like, "All right, we don't want that." It's like, yeah, get educated before you get us all fucking killed with nukes, you
Yeah, I
retard.
hate that. Yeah,
Exactly.
believe me, that's gonna be on the part 3 on the stream that I'm gonna have later on this week. I'm gonna talk about the Ukraine Russia thing. But great, what were you saying before? My bad.
Well, I think a lot of it goes into as well. Like men know when to ask for help. Like, yeah, there's the guys who ego lift, and like they're idiots. And for sake, like if you're going to the gym and you sound like Serena Williams on the tennis court, you're either faking it for attention or you're doing something horribly wrong.
Exactly. Or you go in there and you hear a crunch, you know something's wrong. Yep. Show's over.
It's insane, right? And
Yep.
I don't know if you guys had dealt with it. I Herman already explained how a woman was hitting on him. There was one woman that was hitting on me while I was working out, right? And this was 3 years ago. So I'm here, I'm doing my thing, getting these gains, and then all of a sudden, this woman just out of nowhere when I was doing the DB flies. You guys know what that is?
Yeah, the dumbbell flies.
Yes. Trying to get that chest workout in. All of a sudden, this woman like approached me like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" Blah, blah. I'm like, I have my headphones in, like I can't hear you, And I took out my headphones because I don't know if there was something going on. And then she was like, "Oh, my name is this," and I'm like, "Hi, Sir Yeetus, okay." So you in the gym every day? I'm like, yeah, I am in the gym every day. Oh, so am I. I'm like, Okay, yeah, go for you. I'm trying to get my workout in. And she just constantly like talking off my ear, and she followed me to a few other machines and stuff.
Oh man, I've
I'm like,
had
you
that happen to me
following
before.
me?
Yeah, that I hate that shit.
I'm like, why are you following me? Like, damn, like
Man,
don't get me wrong. If she would approach me besides the gym, then we could have a normal conversation. But the fact that she was interrupting me, nah, that couldn't fly. Because if I won't let a man do it, why would I let you do it?
Maybe we should send her to John Anthony Lifestyle so she can learn pickup.
dude, that reminds me of a story about 3 weeks to a month ago. I was at the gym. I'm doing pull-ups, and there was a group of girls. And like, I've been trying to do like 10 sets of 10 pull-ups every day. Well, not every day, every other day, just because like I feel like pull-ups are like the best fucking workout for your back. And
Right.
there was this girl was fucking, I could hear her, and she's like checking me out and stuff, and her friends are like, go talk to him, and she's like, no, I'm scared, like, all afraid and shit.
Oh,
And it's like, I just thought it was really funny.
mhm. Yeah, I get that. Yep.
So,
She was all
what'd
intimidated.
you say, Lion McTow?
Yeah, I get that sometimes in my gym too. Like I'll get some women out there who ask me like, could you spot me and all that? Like, yeah, I'll do that, but then I gotta care about get back to my workout. I'm like, I'm here for business. I'm not really here to just. This is not a nightclub. I'm just here to get in shape. I'm just like my whole attitude in the gym is shove and lift. That's my small attitude, shove and lift. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of girls tell me that I look mean, so they'll like see me in public, and then later on I'll get like a message from them if I know them, and I'm like, why didn't you come say hi to me? And they're like, you look mean. And I'm like, good. Fuck you.
That's the whole point, man. See, you're in there to get your gains. You're not there to chase tail or to focus on twat. You're there to get in shape.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody that's here right now, everybody in the chat, everybody, go ahead and vote on the poll that I just put up right now. Should there be a male only gym? Go ahead and vote because I
You
am
should
very curious on you guys' answers.
make a male only gym, Yeetus. I'll go to it.
That's a plan in the future because, in my
Dope.
opinion, once again, I said it like 200 times, right? Anytime that a woman is implemented in a male dominated area, the dynamic of the male space changes, and especially for the worst. Do you guys agree or disagree?
I agree
Yeah.
because
Absolutely.
it just causes just distraction and just complete like it's annoying. It's a distraction.
Well, beyond that, like think about the original Olympics. Those were male only, both participants and observers.
Oh yeah.
Exactly, and you guys heard about the recent thing that happened not a few years ago. I think it was like last year, or a couple years ago, with the female volleyball team. They were upset that they had to wear like some type of like panty slash like speedo-y like panty stuff when playing like volleyball, and they couldn't wear shorts or whatever. So they bitch and moan, right? And then they're like, okay, hey, you can wear your regular shorts or pants. The views on the Olympic like volleyball shit went down
Yep.
hardcore.
Yep.
I'm
Well, yeah,
like,
nobody
why-
gives a shit about women's sports, and it's like they bitch and cry about, oh, nobody watches us and we want more money. The only way you're gonna get more money is if you pretty much just dress like sluts, and then dudes will watch.
and
Because
they
other than
know
that,
this.
nobody gives a fuck, dude. Like, they can't even beat 15-year-old boys. Why am I gonna show up to watch a team that can't even beat 15-year-old boys? Like, at least throw some fucking booty shorts and like a sports bra on so I can
Hey,
fucking enjoy myself.
Don't get me wrong. Swimming. I've seen a couple of swimming, like female swimming stuff. All right, not bad. It takes skill. The diving sport
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I want to see a few dives. That's not bad. No, it takes skill, right?
Yeah, that's like technique. So
Right, and I'm impressed. I'm like, okay, they would do some twisty twirlies and like fucking 360s. I can respect that, right? Like things that actually takes a lot of skill. But when it comes to just volleyball, come on, anybody can play volleyball. Anybody can play that shit, right? And these women, they know themselves that the selling point is eye candy. Why do you think the lingerie football team was so successful?
Mhm.
yep.
I'm just pointing out there, pointing out the truth. Oh man, they don't want to hear it, right? Because we're all equal to men. We're so equal. No, no. See, even Radha, she agrees. I've known her for a minute. She's been around
Rada,
me.
what up?
Yeah, she's been around here for a minute. Even she
Yep.
agrees. Okay, when it comes to sports and stuff, don't get me wrong. There's a sport here and there that I'm willing to watch for the athleticism or the technique when it comes to women. But majority of them, they're just eye candy. It is what it is. Like
Mhm.
if that's the case, right? A lot of men and women will be watching the WNBA compared to the NBA. But of course, nobody want to watch a bunch of women doing layups all the time with the most slowest pace.
Exactly. The hoop. And another thing, I think he lowered the hoop for him too.
Right.
Yep.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, but I'm just
How many
what's
how
up?
many times do you guys see a girl in the gym that actually knows what she's doing? I very rarely see a girl that like actually knows what she's doing in the gym.
I
See,
And
can
like most
think
of the time
of two times, only two.
I only see two girls in my gym that know what they're doing and they like basically train like power lifters and it's like they're not doing all the stupid bullshit. It's like, all right, I give you guys credit, but most of them are just in there for the attention.
Mhm.
See, and that's the biggest part, right? When these women know what to do and actually are doing workouts, the gym bros are very supportive of these women working out.
Yep.
I'm sure you guys have seen it. Like
Yeah,
I've seen it myself.
yeah, me too. Yeah, I've seen him too.
When she's trying to hit her PR, oh, there's playmen like, yeah, lift that shit, yeah,
That's good. And they're also supportive of the land whales who go to the gym to try to really lose the weight.
right. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
don't get me wrong. There's a very, very small selective of like assholes out there. Okay, understandable. But majority, we don't give a fuck if you're too skinny or fat as fuck. As long as you're in here doing something,
Yeah.
we support it.
As long as you're trying and you're really trying to make a change and like make an effort and change your life, cool. I support you. But if you're in there just like fucking off or whatever, like no, you can have the barbell smash your neck or something.
Because here's the big like. Don't get me wrong. Like, if you're just trying to talk to me just to talk to me, I'm gonna get pissed off. But if you actually have a legitimate question about workout or nutrition or wherever it is, I won't hesitate to help you. I will postpone my own workout to fucking help you because I've been there. Okay,
Yep.
like how the people before me helped me. Best believe I'm gonna help you. You know, but if you just hear, oh, let me just take these 300 picture selfies and hog up all the machines for no reason, I'm gonna have a problem with you.
You could
Dude,
actually.
this
I'm
oh my
consider
bad.
it.
So I'm thinking, you could make it kind of a rule, like, okay, so you got a co-ed gym, and you say, hey, leave your phone in your locker or at the front. We'll ask you to leave if you pull your phone out because we don't want you to make people uncomfortable thinking you're taking pictures of them.
Thank you.
That would be a good idea.
Oh yes.
Let me see. Radha, I'm grateful my husband trains me. He is so used to thoughts walking around half naked, he doesn't even blink anymore. Think like shit. Like people act oblivious because of empowerment or fucking, girl power bullshit. No, you're literally wearing little to nothing just so that you can have all the attention on you and then bitch about it on social media later on. What kind of lifestyle is that? That's fucking sad in my opinion.
It is. It's dumb. It's psychopathic.
Oh, somebody wants to join. So what do you have to say about that, Ali Hermit?
About what was that again?
With these girls, like it's a sad, pathetic life on how they just walk up to the gym with little to no clothing
Yeah.
and doing the most stupidest shit for the entirety of the time that they're there.
Yeah,
And
like
then-
don't get me wrong, if you show up to the gym dressed like a blown out 304 and you're not wearing anything, I'm gonna look. There's mirrors everywhere. I kind of can't miss you.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, you're just wasting everybody's time.
Right.
Yeah.
They're just there to get the validation, then bitch about it later on social media.
Yeah, and especially like the worst one I seen was the one I said earlier where the girl, she was probably like maybe 17 at the squat rack for like 20 minutes just fucking taking pictures. I'm like, bitch, if you don't get out of the squat rack, I am gonna fucking pimp smack you.
Because the rage that you have that you can't get to your certain workouts and your pre-workouts wearing off. Oh, the rage.
Yeah,
Woo.
dude, pre-workout is like nectar from the gods. Like, people don't get it. Like,
They don't get it at all. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you'll feel the leg workout later, but that's the point of the pre-workout, so you don't feel it now.
and pre-workout's good for those days where, like, say you worked all day and you're just not feeling it, and then, it'll wake you up, and then you got some fucking dumb thought hogging whatever you're trying to use.
Exactly, but hey, I'm going to add another person. The one, the only. Carry on.
Yo.
Hey, yo, Carry on. What do you have to say about the topic so far?
See, I started to get back into the gym. I'm maybe looking around for like places. I found one, and I seen like a few of the stuff, like what you're talking about. But I gone to a place that's kind of closed off, so it's not as popular as it is in, like larger buildings and like gyms and so on. But I have seen like it in those places. Like before, when I heard about the gym and I did research about it and stuff like that, because it's like gyms and sports. It's like mostly about want to improve themselves. It's now it's just really weird. It's like all the guys that are going there are kind of like they're doing it for some weird reasons. Like the guys are treating like a club too at the same time, not even just the girls. So like if it was just the girls and the guys was annoying them, it's like, yeah, they're doing that shit, but no one's feeding them, so they're just gonna disappear after a period of time. But there's people that actually giving them attention, so it's like shit. You're kind of making it worse.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, if you're a guy in shape and you go to the gym, it's pretty easy to get girls. Like, I'm not going to lie, I used to smash a lot of girls at the gym, so.
But after a while, especially when you get older, it's not as fascinating anymore. Mainly
Yeah, like, I
because
really
you're-
don't care about it anymore.
Well, mainly
Same-
because your
Same here. Yeah.
well, your testosterone isn't raging like it was before. Because
Well,
as
yeah,
you're
I'm
a young
31,
man-
so.
yeah, as a young man, 18 to like 23, around there, you're on fucking overdrive. Like for the most part, you can't think past puniti, right? That means if you weren't red pilled or anything, right?
Yeah, from 16 to 22, dudes will put their dick in literally anything.
Anything, right? Their testosterone's on overdrive, and that's a
Yep.
normal response, right? But once again,
Yeah, it's
without a
nature.
father figure in their lives, they don't even know how to be disciplined.
Dude will fuck a park bench at that age.
yeah.
Just give me.
And
Just
see,
give
a
me
lot
some
of guys
lube.
fuck up.
Give
A
me
lot
some
of guys
lube.
fuck up and they get a girl pregnant at that age and then they're fucked because they're, will stick it in anything.
But hey, oh wait, damn. Hey, I thought you said you wanted. I added somebody. He just left. Whatever. So let's start with Alan Herman. What would be your solution when it comes to dealing with these gym thotties, treating the gym as a nightclub?
Well, I kind of like Gray's idea. You can't bring your phone in. You got to either leave it in your car, leave it in your locker, leave it at the front desk, or just mail only gyms. I think those are really the only two solutions.
Yep. And do you guys all agree? Or do you have a different approach?
I can't think of a third
Here's the
one.
thing though. If you tell them to leave the gym, to leave the phone in their locker at the front desk, they're still gonna hit on you though, because they don't really need a phone to do that. So
Yeah, but there'll be less bullshit.
Yes, a lot less bullshit.
yeah, like they won't be taking selfies on equipment that you've been trying to use for 20 minutes. So
Okay. Does anybody else have different solutions, or do you guys agree?
Nah, it's basically really the only option is gender segregate the gyms.
Yep.
We know the result of that, but that's the only way that these problems will disappear.
Yeah, it's crazy how women are able to have their own separate area in the gym, but if a man does the same thing, oh, they'd be screeching like banshees.
Although you could probably get away with it and make something like a gay-only gym. Now it's like
Oh,
I ain't trying to go to that gym.
Oh shit.
It's bad enough that every once in a while you'll go to the gym and there's that one naked dude hanging out. It's like, bro, I haven't
Yes.
even seen you in the gym the whole time. You've just been hanging out in here naked. Like,
it's
what's
usually the old dudes.
It is.
Yep.
There was a fucking old dude just fucking butt ass naked in the gym earlier today when I went. And of course, he's standing next to the locker my stuff is in. I'm like, bro, if you don't get the fuck out of my way, I'm gonna fucking snap your spine like Bane. Like, I'm not trying to see them old wrinkly butt cheeks on my way out of the gym. Like, you just ruined my whole fucking day.
So, another question. So, why are women are so adamant on having their own separate area, but they're very against men having their own area?
Because you want to try to
Yeah.
micromanage. They want to try to micromanage what the hell we're doing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's rules. It's rules for me, but it's rules for me, but not for me. It's bullshit.
Yeah, they
Pretty
just
much.
this thing. They don't actually want the result. They don't clearly they don't care about having their own space away from men.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the funny thing that I noticed. They have their own spot in the gym men can't go to, but they barely use it. Why? Because they don't get attention in that area. So it's like, just take that fucking space away and add cool shit to that part of the gym, because they're really not hanging out in there anyway. Like, yeah, you'll have like a few women that are like kind of shy or whatever, but most of them aren't using it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what about you, Carry On? Well, what is your perspective on this? Right, where women they want their own space, but they'll freak out if men demands their own space.
It's kind of like I don't know exact reason why, because I'll be lying if I did say I did. So I guess the first spot you go to when you're children, like you and your friends will probably have your own space, and there'll probably be like a few girls that want to come in. Like some of them, most like at that young age, some of them they don't really have that messed up thing that they get when they're older. But after a period of time, they start to go there because most guys will just give them attention, and they feel it blows up their ego, especially if they have some problems. So yeah, it's like taking drugs.
So, would you summarize it to they just want attention?
They want, they want attention, but why they want the attention is like a whole fucking reason why.
Okay, so on a societal perspective, will this correspond with men not able to have their own male spaces?
Yeah, well, I think there was even an example where this woman took her daughter to a male-only hair salon, got pissed off when the guy said we only do men's hair, and he pointed out there's literally a female-only hair salon 20 feet down the hallway in the mall. She's like, no, I want it here.
But that's not how it works, right? And I know people that works at male only hair salons, and it gets very irritating with dealing with these feminists.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think half of them just want to talk with the hairdresser, and they don't actually care about who does their hair.
Yeah, I agree. So overall, that's just one of many aspects of men's spaces being destroyed in society. The gym.
Yeah, and it's an expansion on like the bar because, like, keep in mind the women say they want it, but women say they want a lot of things. It's also what actually gets enabled. Like, there's no faster way to drive men away from the gym than to stuff it full of women.
I agree. I agree. And on top of that, not too many people, because I asked men as well. I'm like, where do you really think that you'd be able to speak about these certain issues when it comes to male spaces? Where do you honestly think in today's society you can speak on this besides your own house?
Channels like this.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, that and the male only retreats.
Exactly. But even then, there were stories of women disguising as men trying to sneak in. That's the crazy part.
That's
It doesn't surprise me.
That's fucked up on many levels. Like, if a guy did that, they'll be going to prison.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so bad at these gyms. This fucking girl, 30. Remember I told you about the 37-year-old chick that my friend knocked up. Well, anyway, she was like bringing her 12-year-old son while like trying to get with dudes at the gym, and then my friend was dumb enough to knock her up, and I'm like, bro,
Oh, wow.
you're like the definition of a giga chad, and you're knocking up 37-year-old single moms. What the fuck is wrong with you? And like, for her age, she wasn't bad because she was like a gym rat too. But it's like, come on, man. Like, he's 29, 28, something like that. It's like, bro, you should be like, if anything, messing around with girls that are like 18, 19, 20, 21. And your dumb ass fucking knocked up a 37-year-old single mom that is parading her kid around the gym, fucking flirting with dudes. Like, she tried to talk to me first. She like introduced me to her son and shit too. I'm like, oh fuck no, I gotta get out of here. And my friend's dumbass is like, sure, I'll play stepdad. Like, no.
You said
Shinobi one has a. I'm gonna get to you in a bit, carry on. What about a sign saying instant kick out for filming, dating, advertising self, or business within a gym?
Yep. I'm all for it.
Yep.
That would be good if it was actually enforced.
Yes.
That is
You
true.
know that there would be selective enforcement of that.
All right, what do you have to say about that, carry on?
No. Because Island Hummer said Chow was like 12, right?
Yeah.
How the
She was bringing her 12-year-old kid to the gym and hitting on dudes. She tried to go after me first, but like for 137, she's basically the mummy to me. And then bringing your kid doesn't help. And then my friend who is blue pilled, basically a blue pill fucking alpha, dude's one of like the biggest dudes in the gym, fucking started dating her, and now like I think she had the kid already.
Oh, I think you remember telling me that story.
Yeah, remember we were talking about the blue pill alpha a while ago, and I brought him up.
Yeah. First off, no kid should be in the gym, regardless, unless
Yep.
they're morbidly obese and actually has to lose weight.
It depends on what age. What age would you say is good for a kid to start like working out seriously? Like 15, 16?
I'll say 16 or 17.
15.
Yeah,
I think
because you can
15
drive at that age, so
Like 15's reasonable.
If it is reasonable.
15 with their like dad.
Because
I would say.
men are not done growing around that time.
Well, also depends on what exercise.
That's the thing.
I say give it a couple
some
more
might.
years.
Some
I-
might
I-
be, but
I'd be cool with it if it was like 15 and like dad showing him what to do. You know what I mean? I think that would be okay.
Well, as long as they're not doing any crazy shit, then
Yeah, that's why I say they have to go with their dad.
well, it also depends on facilities too. Like I remember when I was in high school, there was a gym there. So
yeah, it's all good. Like I'm not saying like you can't work out. I worked out in high school at the gym, but when it comes to like the hardcore shit, I'm against like 15, even 16-year-olds doing like the hardcore shit.
No, I wish that some like Giga Chad was screaming in my face at 15, making me do that hardcore shit. I'd be a straight monster right now.
I say 16 or 17 for me, because once again, your body is still growing, and if you subject your child to doing strenuous workouts at a young age, that will have a negative effect in the future.
Yeah, I heard it makes you short. I don't know if it's true or not, but
It will stunt growth, and your hormones will be out of whack, especially if they allow the kids to take supplements.
Yeah, that. I don't think anyone should be taking supplements if they're under a certain age.
I agree.
Like, let's be honest, you can probably get away with like all the home gym equipment that you'd need for like less than 1 year's membership for a 15-year-old. But in that case too, it's a matter of equipment and space. So
Yeah,
The only thing I can see a kid taking, well, I'm saying like 16 or 17, is whey protein. All right,
Yeah.
fine, cool. Especially if you can find whey protein that has like a little artificial stuff in it as possible, I'm all for it. But
dude,
anything
my
such
little
as like creatine, I don't want them to take pre-workout until they're 18.
my little brother was taking pre-workout at 16, dude. He was
I
coming
was-
with me to the gym at like 16, 17, drinking pre-workout, copying off everything I was doing. I was so proud.
did it work?
I don't agree with it.
Well, he
all.
stopped going to the gym when he got a girlfriend, so
So
I don't agree with that shit whatsoever. A 16-year-old taking pre-workout, that's the stupidest shit a
No,
fucking
like,
child can do. in my
Like
opinion.
honestly, one
Fuck
guy I've been talking to, MMA fighter, he's straight up against creatine entirely. So
yeah, creatine, you can actually lose a kidney, I think, if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, if you overdo it, yeah,
Yeah.
but I trust creatine.
yeah, I think creatine's good if you use it responsibly.
But when it comes to 16-year-olds, those motherfuckers better not be taking pre-workout.
Hey, it's not like I had a gun to his head or nothing.
No, it's on them. But like, and plus, you weren't like, the parent per se, right, at the time. So
Yeah.
But regardless, like, I dare my kid taking pre-workout before he's 18. He'll be fucking elbow dropped. No, pre-workout is a whole different beast than creatine and shit. Because creatine is mainly water retention, right?
Yep.
So,
Yeah, you can get creatine from eating meat, so
yes, and on top of that, when it comes to pre-workout, depending on which pre-workout you take, there's certain ingredients that are not even scientifically studied enough yet.
yeah. It's
Fuck
like the
that.
mystery chemicals.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah.
When
There's
they're
shit in
18,
pre-workout I don't even know how to pronounce.
right, when they're 18 and doing their own thing, hey, go ahead and do your thing, young blood. But as long as, you're younger than 18, I don't give a fuck. You don't need pre-workout. You have too much energy as a 16, 17-year-old. You don't need pre-workout. Fuck out of here.
I was drinking pre-workout at that age too.
Which is cool. Like, you ended up well, but for many people out there, especially like what Lion Midtown said, they don't know what they're doing with that pre-workout. They can fuck themselves up.
Yeah, I could see a younger person doing something stupid with pre-workout. I just didn't care. I was serious about making gains.
Like, hell, I know people that died from pre-workout,
Yep.
because they didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
There was a guy that took like a fucking retarded amount of pre-workout. Like I want to say like 6 scoops just to get off his ass and vacuum, and I'm pretty sure his heart exploded.
Damn, shit. Wow.
It was like some retarded amount. I can't remember what it was, just so he could get off his ass and vacuum, and he died.
Yeah, on my end, somebody took pre-workout before a run, and he died during his run.
Damn.
Dude, I had a guy at the gym that I was cool with. He died from steroid abuse. His heart pretty much gave out. He was fucking huge, dude. He was abusing steroids. And I pulled up, and the cops and the ambulance were there. And I'm like, oh, shit, what's going on? I helped carry the stretcher in, and they like told me I couldn't like come beyond this certain point. And then I found out it was another dude that I knew really well died.
Hey, that'll be a part 2. because I'm definitely gonna be going after the men when it comes to gym ethics, right? Because steroids is, once again, I know you guys know, it's still being debated till this day. So I'm down to talk about it. Huh?
Yes, that too, and like I've seen like photographs of people who like have liver damage because they was like taking like these taking steroids and just destroying their body. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Right, when they take it to the point where the body is unable to produce testosterone anymore. I watched this one, I think it was this Asian dude. He was like ripped as fuck, like he was like Greek god. But when he stopped taking the steroids, since his body was unable to take testosterone anymore or create testosterone anymore, he withered down to like fucking anorexia type levels.
Shit.
Well, yeah, it gets to a point where you have to take it forever, which sucks. And that's why I don't recommend it. Just be natural. Like, I'm not going to lie. I experimented with some shit when I was 22 for like 6 months. But, like, I'm glad I stopped doing it because it's just way better to stay natural. Because you don't want your body to be dependent on something like that.
Hey, R.I.P. Rich Piana.
Yep.
R.I.P. man.
Rich Piana, he shared his cycle, dude. Kinds of steroids. It was fucking crazy.
But he kept it real. That's the thing that I can respect from Rich.
Yep.
You know, like, yeah, I do take that type of stuff, you know. And I'm like, all right, you know, Rich Piana is good in my book. And he doesn't even recommend people to take it. He's just telling him, he's just saying his own experience, you know. You know, it's unfortunate how he went out, but at least he lived by the sword and died by the sword, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, I remember being a teenager watching Rich Piana's videos. Because remember, he'd be like, you have to eat 12 meals a day. So I like tried doing that and I got fat as fuck.
He loves his he loves his Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah. But like, you know, as a dumb
ice cream, bro. What the fuck?
As a dumb teenage kid, you just look at somebody like that and you don't know any better. So I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta eat 12 meals a day to get that big. And then it took forever to lose the weight. And then I realized, you know, I'm smarter now. Like, he's on steroids. So like, as a natural lifter, the shit that he does won't work for a natural lifter. Like, you remember his 8-hour arm workout?
Yeah, that was no. Even I knew as a teenager that wouldn't. That's not natural. But I watch Rich Piana. I watch Shahar Swins. I watch Elliot Hulse. I watch
CT Fletcher.
CT Fletcher, and I watch who's that other
Kali Muscle.
Kali Muscle. Yeah, I watch Kali Muscle. I watch Athlete X, even though he says everything kills your game for some reason.
Jeff Nippert. Jeff Nippert and Alpha Destiny are good too.
Yes, they're definitely good. Yes, and I did
Kino
watch,
Body.
Damn it, Phil Heath and who's the 8-time Mr. Olympia?
Dwayne Yates.
No,
Ronnie Coleman.
Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah.
Big guy. Yep. Lightweight.
Yep.
I know I'm missing more people, but I watched a lot of bodybuilders when I was younger, right? And a lot of them weren't honest about their usage, but a few of them were.
Yeah, and that's why you got to give Rich Piana props, because he was honest and like, well, it got to the point like you kind of have to be, because you're not getting that big natural unless you got like some freak mutant genetics.
Oh no, there's. I catch Shredded Sports Science every now and again, and
this guy, man.
He gets into some of the fucking cringe that happens. There's this one dude who's, I think he's like in his like late 40s, early 50s, jacked as fuck, clearly on something. Claims he's purely natural, and that a lot of his gains come from using like the Dr. Ho electric shock bag on his chest.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see the thing that the girls are doing? Well, not all of them, but there's a video on YouTube where this girl is putting fucking semen in her protein shakes.
Oh,
It's like it's a thing.
what
It's
the
a
hell?
thing, dude.
That's one zinc supplement.
No, they're like I'm gonna probably put the video on my channel in a few days or something, but it's fucking hilarious. And they're just like legit getting semen from dudes that they won't fuck. Like she's
Ugh.
like, "Oh, I got this from my friend," and then she just like
Ugh.
takes the teaspoon and puts it in her mouth. I'm like, "Are you fucking?"
Wait,
I'm gonna make
I
Lion
just got
throw up.
back. What are you talking about?
Oh,
using
we're
neck-
talking about how girls are putting semen in their protein shakes.
Dude, I heard as a
Bro,
joke.
I
before,
left for
years
like
ago.
a few seconds. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's where we're at now.
Jesus, say zinc.
My bad, dude.
Wait,
Say
it's not semen.
zinc. Say zinc. Zinc.
All right, zinc. Yeah, zinc. Yeah, they're
We're
putting
sailors.
zinc in they're putting
Yeah,
zinc in their protein shakes.
Zinc
And that
shots.
one fucking bodybuilder, I forget who it was, he went crazy. He's like doing it now.
What?
Oh God! No!
What's the name of that one fitness YouTuber that went crazy? I can't remember his name.
Which one?
He was doing videos with Brandon Carter, the white guy.
Let me see if I can find.
Why would he do it? Like, what's the benefit behind that?
They probably think there's some fucking like hormones or chemical combo in it or something.
There's like
Yeah,
there's
these girls are like making protein shakes. Like everything looks good until the point where they put zinc in it. They're like
Okay.
putting bananas and all this healthy shit, and they got their little container with zinc. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh.
Is there any benefits to actually doing that? Like I know
No,
that zinc has a lot of
I don't give a fuck
Stuff in
if
it.
it was going to give me 20 pounds of muscle as soon as it hit
Well,
my tongue. I am not doing it.
Hey, they've already been doing this for a long time, so it's nothing new to them. Let's
Okay, no, but like then it was from, the context is different. This is like they're harvesting soy boys.
It's
This
beyond.
sounds like some futuristic.
Yeah,
like,
the video I clipped, she's like, I got it from my friend. She's like, I didn't extract it from him. I'm like, man, you could at least helped him out and extracted it for him.
But overall, right? Overall, when it comes to this topic, I really don't see the reason why gyms need to be co-ed.
it's cheaper.
I see what you're saying, but with all the problems
it's-
that comes after that,
Yeah, but they're also like the count like it's cheaper, but they're also going with like the club model now. Like when there's more females, it will attract thirsty guys to come.
okay, I see what you're saying.
And also like keep in mind if you sell an annual membership to someone who only shows up for 2 months, that's just money.
Right, and a lot of women are less likely to go to the gym than men. So
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that one. So when it's speaking of gym stuff, right? When was the last time you guys went to the gym?
Today,
Okay.
It's been several years. All my gym equipment's at home now because the gym's had a whole bunch of requirements. They've been shutting on and off due to the beer bug. So
but you've been getting them gains though, right?
yeah, I've been getting some gains and then a lot of gains from work too. Though I'm nowhere near on your guys.
great. All you need to get is a pull-up bar and a dip bar, dude. Do pull-ups, dips, and squats every other day, man. Like 5 sets of whatever you can do.
All right. What about you, Carry On?
I think I went to one last week, Thursday.
Last
yeah,
week?
Thursday. Yeah, I'm trying to find a decent one, so I'm just testing out some of them.
Okay. What about you, Lion McDowell?
Yeah, my routine is still I go to the gym 3 days a week. Like I'll go on a Monday, wait 2 days to recover, then go again, wait 2 days to recover, then go again. I spread it out.
So I'm assuming you do full body workouts.
Upper body, lower body. Sometimes I'll do all of it. Like when I go to the gym, like I'm Yeah, basically, I drive trucks, so yeah. But yeah, and
Uh,
I casually press 330 pounds every time I go in there. So yeah.
yeah, I see what you're saying, man. And I'm assuming how long you are in the gym when you're doing upper body or lower body.
I'm in the gym usually like an hour and 15 minutes every time I go to the gym. Like I don't stay too long. Like I don't like staying there for 3 or 4 hours because like it's just still got to work.
No rest or
Yeah, I do rest. My recovery time is not that long. It's actually short.
okay.
Father was an athlete.
All right, he's getting them gains. Let me talk to Evo real quick. Evo, so Yeetus, how stupid do you have to be to willingly give your zinc to a woman? She can screw your whole life using that. When the fuck did I even say that?
No. It's the zinc
The
shots and
protein
protein
shake.
shakes.
Oh, I was about to say. No. I thought he was coming after me because he was saying you. I'm like, what?
He's saying you as in men in general.
Okay, I was about to Evo. I'm like, damn, E2 Brute? Like, fuck.
Yeetus was about to go off on him.
No, I'm like, what did I do? I didn't even say anything. Damn. But I see what you're saying now. All right, I'm like, shit. I don't fuck with these bitches no more. I do my own thing.
Oh my god! What if that's part of the plan too? Like, get some fucking beta zinc to start out with, and then work your way up to Chad zinc, and then baby trap him.
The one girl was putting a zinc on her face as like a face mask because it was good for her skin.
And these are literally lines in fucking porn scenarios.
Just type it in on YouTube. You'll see the videos. They're disgusting.
Oh man.
But when it comes to going to the gyms, right? I don't have my home gym yet, but I do plan on having one in the future because at this point, I don't really see the need to go into the gym if my workout is going to be interrupted the first 10 minutes I go in there. Yeah, I don't see the need. What'd you say, Gray?
Yeah, well, I'm at the point where it's a question of, do I make my next investment? Well, honestly, dip bar is not that expensive, but thinking, do I actually get a bench and then a rack, or do I go with a 3D printer?
You you buy a multi usage workout machine in the sense of similar to what you see in the gym, right? Like you can use it as a bench press, squat, and or a pull-up bar.
Yeah, there's an issue with like space and whatnot for something like that.
Well, yeah, it's like I was helping Black Wolf with this the other day because he wanted to buy some workout equipment, but he didn't really know what to buy. And he's like, I don't want to spend a lot of money and I don't have a lot of space. He's like, what should I get? I go, dude, just get a pull-up bar and a dip bar. Like you like the stuff you could just do with a pull-up bar and dip bar. Like think about it, prisoners get big as fuck, and they like all the weights are pretty much gone from prisons. They're doing like pull-ups on the steps, on the door, and like so just with a pull-up bar and a dip bar, dude, you can make great gains.
But if you have enough funds and enough space, such as a garage, get that multi thing that you can just literally put on one side of the garage. It literally does not take as much space as people.
It's just that. Just like my garage is fucking freezing half the year, and the other half, and when it's not freezing, it's like half flooded.
It's all good. It's understandable. You can also put it if you have an extra room. You can put it in the extra room.
Yeah. I'm kind of short on space. That's all.
Yeah, it's all good. But like when you do, I suggest get the multi thing going, and then the rest of the money can go on dumbbells. But the main things you can do, such as deadlift, squats, and bench press, it can all be conducted within that certain amount of space. When you're able to get it. I don't have it yet, but I have been to friends' houses where in the garage they have that one space they can do all their workouts in.
Yeah, and you can get those squat racks where they have all the attachments too, so you can like put the dip bar attachment, it'll have the pull-up thing on it, and like, get one of those squat racks and then some dumbbells and a barbell and a a trap bar, dude. Trap bar deadlifts, probably one of my favorite exercises. But yeah, those are really good things to get.
And that's the big thing, right? When it comes to dealing with any type of woman in the future, let's say that in the future, if you guys decide, because once again, I cannot control what you guys do, all right? It is what it is. If you guys decide to deal with a woman, right, coming to your place and stuff, the requirement I assume you guys have is she needs to be fit. So if she ain't getting them gains in, why is she even there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be a big standard there. She needs to be fit, okay? Because why do I have to bust my ass to have a body of a Greek god, but I have a whole fucking hippo running through my goddamn house, eating all my goddamn food? I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there, right? I'm just putting it out there. If you want me to still fuck with you, you need to come to my standards when it comes to physical.
Well, no, and then there's the opposite end where like they're not overweight, they're the exact opposite, like really underweight. Like, goddamn, like I'm not even jacked, and I'm kind of worried I'll fucking break you if I grab you too hard.
Oh, I take her to the kitchen. I'm like, hey, I got some eggs, I got some beef or some turkey.
And then you hear that, and then you hear they're vegan. Then you're like, and here's the door.
Yeah, get the fuck out. Yeah.
I used to tell one of my ex-girlfriends anything over 140 is fat. And yeah, she got over 140 and I broke up with her. And then she starved herself and got back skinny and I took her back.
How tall was she?
Probably like 5'7".
5'7", 140.
Well, I just said that because I didn't want her like thinking she could blimp up. I'm like, bitch, if you get over 140, we're done. And she thought I was playing, and she got over 140, and I broke it off with her.
I give her a window. In the window, she will always be fit, right? If she passes that window, just like what Alan Herman said, you're overweight to me. Why would I want to be with you? We're not going to easily start over with a younger new bitch. Just think on that, right? And that's the biggest thing you need to do with women in general, let alone modern women. They need to know that you have options and you can easily get replaced at any time. That's unfortunate that you have to do that, but that's one of the only ways that she'll behave, if you guys get what I'm saying.
Yeah. And if you're
you got to let them know you have standards, and if you break these standards, you're gone. You have to keep them on their fucking toes.
And if you're framing it for like something long term, like family related, you got to be like, look, it ain't that I'm shallow here. It's that I'm looking at 6 figures in medical expenses for you if you don't maintain your body.
Yep, you go die at 35, and I'm stuck with all the bills. Fuck that.
Yep.
Nah, fuck that. You need to stay in shape where I am physically attracted to you, right? So it's going to be difficult to break it down to her, but it's like how you want me to stay being masculine, right? And on top of that, making that money, I expect you to stay physically attractive. You know, that is a contract that should be between us. You get what I want, I get what you want. As long as that happens, we're both happy. Right?
Facts.
And of course, not being a cheater.
Well, obviously.
When it comes to the woman. Because once again, I upgrade her life. She doesn't upgrade mine. Okay, she's just along for the ride. If she doesn't want to meet my standards, there's easily a 21-year-old be eager to take your place. And she knows this.
Especially nowadays, too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's like, yeah, they want you to protect, provide, make all this money, look good. It's like the least you can do is not get fat. Because if you get fat, I'm going to go fuck that 21-year-old at the gym that weighs 125 pounds, and I'm going to pretend like I never even knew who you were.
Yep, that's pretty much the basic standard. Not get fat and don't be a fucking hoe. That's it. That's it.
If if you can bench 3 plates, then you can bench 2 chicks.
But hey, I'm
Yep.
gonna ask somebody. One, the only Rishi.
Ooh.
Rishi.
Where'd he go?
Yo,
God damn it. Oh, okay. He's there. So Rishi, I don't know if you've been here the whole time or you heard anything, but what is your perspective on women treating the gym as a new nightclub?
I mean, yeah, it's like a photo gallery for like a lot of these like big places. It's just like a photo gallery, bro, for them.
Hey, yo, Rishi, you good?
What's wrong? What's up? What's wrong? Did something go wrong?
How you doing today, Rishi?
Yeah.
I'm good.
I don't know. It just sounded like, I don't know. It sounded like you were going through a crisis or something.
All right.
And Lionel McTell's gone.
There he
I don't know where he
goes.
left. He does that, so I'm not surprised. But which I'm sure you had a couple of experiences or story of women just coming up in there to just flex with the gram or flirting with you or just
Bro,
there
where-
for validation.
Where's my avatar? I'm looking at the screen right now. It doesn't have my avatar in it.
Yeah,
I
your
see your
avatar is
avatar.
there. I see it.
Yeah, I see it.
No, it's on the actual stream.
Oh, it's behind.
Wait, what? Hold up.
Oh yeah. There's something. Weird
Oh,
on
what the?
YouTube.
Whoa! Where's your
What
stream?
the?
Oh, where's your avatar? Whoa!
Women just
Strange.
broken. Weird. I don't know. Can you like
That is
switch one of
beyond
your
weird.
other avatars and swap back?
I don't know. Maybe.
That is okay.
Very poor.
That's new.
Weird.
All right,
Might
I gotta
have
switch.
to leave
Gobble
and
gobble.
hold up. It's still gone. Here, let's see. Hold up.
Oh, it's
Oh,
back
it's
now.
there. It's there. Okay. But when it comes to dealing with women in the gym, what would be your solution when it comes to these thotties coming up in here like it's a nightclub?
I guess just male only gyms.
Thank
I don't
you.
know. It could be like, here's the thing, like we could have multiple different solutions, but the fact of the matter is that we can't exercise anything because as soon as you open like a male only gym, all of a sudden you're hit with like lawsuits. It's the same thing if you open up a male only barber, right? All of a sudden a Karen walks in with her daughter and be like, I want you to cut my daughter's hair. Well, ma'am, this is a male only barber. There's in fact a woman only hair salon just a few steps over there. You can go over there.
Who was just saying
but
that?
I want to go here.
Was that you,
my
Ali
days.
Herman, or was that you who said it?
No, I think it was
Uh,
Gray. Was
Gray.
It's
Yeah,
everywhere.
Yeah, no, I stole it from Hammerhand's stream. So
Well,
Yeah.
that's a big thing, though, right? Women can have their own women-only spaces in the gym, no issues. But when men demands, "Hey, I want my own gym," where it's just men only, shit goes crazy.
Yeah.
I guess you
Yeah.
could do it if you said that all these guys have been like in domestic abuse situations with their wives, and after they just like come up with some bullshit idea like that. Could
nah,
probably
no, you'd have better off saying that it's like a gay only gym.
shit.
well, it might get to the point where you just have to get a home gym because, like, other than like dealing with the 304s at the gym, I'm getting sick of just people using shit that I want to use and like fucking up my workout, dude. Like, I've been trying to go later so I can get in a good workout, like when everybody kind of leaves. But yeah, man, there's been so many times I'm trying to get in a good workout and some fucking asshole jumps on something I want to use, man, and then it throws the whole rhythm off of the workout.
Oh, I hate that when it's like overcrowded as shit, and like everyone's on everything, and you just like literally.
Oh, that is the worst. The worst. And
It's been
when you try
happening to
to
me
get-
too often.
When you try to get to the machine, you see somebody on their phone. Most likely women. Like, are you serious? You could have texted that shit in your car, bitch. Get the fuck off. I like, and that's just me being nice, right? Like,
Right.
nah,
Even with-
because a
even with
man,
guys-
a man will be called out immediately if he did that same shit. What do you say, Gray?
I was thinking, even with guys on their phone too, it's like, dude, your girl can fucking wait.
Yeah, and men get called out immediately. I'm assuming you guys done the same because you don't have to be as nice to a man compared to a woman. You
The
don't.
only time I'm using my phone in the gym is when I'm like changing a song or podcast or whatever.
Right. And if it's an emergency, okay, that's a different story. But you don't have to be on the machine
No,
to
I,
deal with an
honestly,
emergency.
I don't even bother. Like anytime if my phone is not absolutely necessary, I just don't bring it. Like I'd leave it at home and be like,
Right.
okay. Like
Yeah, but sometimes you need music. If you're hitting a big lift, you need something to amp you up.
True. Music does help a lot.
Especially if you're doing cardio.
Yeah, no, I can imagine there's circumstances. Y'all have a fair bit more gym experience than me, so.
Well, especially when you hit your PR, you're pretty much your max rep. You need music.
Yeah, you need, when you're hitting a PR, dude, you got to have something good on. I got a couple friends at the gym. I forget what the fuck it's called, but they got like this fucking powder. It's like, well, I don't know what it is. They like open a bottle and they fucking sniff it, and it like gives them retard strength for half a second. You ever see that stuff?
Oh yeah, like literally, especially if you have the boys around you cheering you on, you can't fail. That gives you a lot more motivation. You can't fail.
Yeah, I got one friend that lifts the equivalent of small cars, and he'll like he'll like fucking crack that bottle open and like sniff it, and he looks like Wolverine just murdered a bunch of people.
Right, and I've seen one nosebleed during the lift. Just one.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh yeah, he was this person that was senior on the football team. He was varsity. He was a big boy. He's an offensive tackle, and he was lifting very heavy, at least 3 plates and a bunch of other smaller plates, and he was doing a deadlift, and his nose was eventually bleeding a little bit by the time it was done, right? And then I freaked out when I saw Eddie Hall do it, because Eddie Hall, he broke a world record doing it, but I thought he was dying by the time he was done, right? Because when the football player back in high school, he did it, it was like, oh, I have a little nosebleed. When Eddie Hall, he was breaking records, he almost passed out.
Well, that's probably hypertension.
Right, but
Yeah,
him lifting 1,500 pounds, was it? Or was it less than that?
Yeah, 2 exercises I got to tell everybody, especially like people in the chat that really don't know anything about lifting. If you're going to do squats and deadlifts, you have to be really careful. There's a reason why they call those exercises back snaps. You can snap up some shit really easy on the squat and deadlift. That's why for deadlift, I only do trap bar deadlift. Like I'm not competing in powerlifting, so I don't need to do conventional deadlift. And for barbell squats, I just do something else because I've snapped my shit up so much doing like regular barbell squats. Your form's got to be like perfect.
And if you're not comfortable doing all that heavy weight, you don't have to. But if you're trying to get that max weight when it comes to deadlifts or squats, wear that belt.
Well, yeah, and that's why I say the trap bar deadlift. If you're not competing, the trap bar deadlift is a great lift to where you can still get in your deadlift. You can still get that basic movement in, but you won't hurt yourself. It's a very safe movement, I would say.
But when it's very heavy, wear that belt.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, like with my home gym, like I've just got a barbell, so when I do squats, I'm probably going way below my potential there just for fucking safety's sake.
But believe it or not, Free Ross, the first thing that I did, like officially when it comes to working out, was in fact bench press. Like that was the very first thing I've done. Like I know, when you're in your elementary, middle school, high school, you do calisthenics, but when I first became serious, bench press was the first thing I did, and I can only do one plate. That was the first thing I've done.
Although calisthenics does have the advantage that there's a really low barrier to entry because you just need like a couple square feet of floor space.
Like there's a good like it's really going to be difficult for you to get hurt doing calisthenics. Like I would recommend people, especially if you're like a newbie and you don't know what you're doing, you should start with calisthenics because for one, I'll go into the gym. I see these young kids doing all isolation movements, and they wonder why they're not making any gains. Every movement for calisthenics is a compound movement. So I would much rather have people doing calisthenics just because you're hitting all those basic compound movements. And like people will say you can't get big doing calisthenics, but that's a lie, man. I've seen dudes in prison get fucking huge.
Yeah, but
just from calisthenics.
Right? Anybody can do calisthenics. I've been doing it all my life. But when I got serious with working out, bench press was the first thing I did. That was the very first thing when I said, okay, I'm going to start doing some type of bodybuilding. You know, some type of actual workout to work towards my goal. Not just doing push-ups just because of it, not doing sit-ups because I've been doing that since elementary school.
Well, there are variations. Like one of the things, if I want,
I did the legit sit-ups, the legit push-ups, diamond push-ups, wide push-ups, all that shit.
You can do them weighted.
Did you do your feet above your head push-ups?
Yes.
I'm saying, dude, I seen guys.
Well, I wasn't that heavy.
I seen dudes when I was locked up a lot bigger than any dude in the gym, and all they did was push-ups, pull-ups, dips, and squats. So, like, it is possible. You just have to do a lot of them. It'll get to a point where, like, I remember before I left, dude, I was doing like 800 push-ups every other day. It'll get to a point where you just got to do a lot.
And once again, I'm not saying Ali Herman is wrong. You know, it should be in your best interest to start with calisthenics. But for me, in my position, I started with actual weightlifting, especially when I was still in sports. And that's why I knew I had a lot of work to do when I can only do 135 with bench press.
I'd say the biggest advantage to going to weights over calisthenics is time save, because you can lift more weight and tire your muscles out in a shorter period of time than with calisthenics.
It depends, because I did both in the military. It depends on what you do when it comes to calisthenics and weightlifting.
You should try to do both, honestly. Like, if you're just doing weights and you're not doing calisthenics, or if you're doing calisthenics and you're not doing weights, you're cheating yourself. You should try to figure out how to do both. Get best of both worlds.
Now, on the subject of calisthenics, though I do agree, yes, swimming is excellent. It's just resistance is always an issue. But with calisthenics specifically, I hear a lot that the sit-up is not really great, and it's better to do the lifting motion from your legs than from your torso.
Yep. So my workout when it comes to implementing both, at least when I was in the military, Mondays is time run. You don't focus on how fast you run. You just run at your pace as long as possible. Tuesday is calisthenics, push-ups, sit-ups, whatever you can do with your body. Wednesdays is HIIT workout. Thursdays is the gym. Friday is what's it called? The Indian run. If you guys know what that is.
I don't think I know what that is.
So pretty much everybody runs in a straight line, and the person in the back has to sprint to the front while everybody else is running. And then you repeat the process. So while everybody is running constantly, the person in the back has to sprint all the way to the front. And then you do it again. The last person sprints all the way to the front. And it usually lasts around 4 miles. Where it's just constant. Like you just say, go, go, go. And the person in the back has to sprint all the way to the front of the line. It's not fun.
Yeah, honestly, I don't run as much as I should. I'm like doing a lot of resistance training, but I fucking hate cardio, dude.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't do it anymore. When I left the military, I don't do that shit anymore. If I would have known how much cardio I would have been doing, I would have joined the Air Force. I would have joined the Air Force.
And too much cardio will kill your gains too.
Exactly. Which why the saying lean and mean is very common, because don't get me wrong, I have muscle, but my muscles would have been a lot bigger if I wasn't doing all that running. I run when I was in the military 3 times a week. Every day. And the runs are not easy. Like, you think that you're able to stride while your commander or your first sergeant is right behind you? No. Like, you better be going a good distance. You better be running pretty fast. So, but ever since I left the military, I definitely noticed that my gains were getting a lot bigger. Ever since I left, I gained around 13 pounds of muscle. So,
well, to be fair, in the military, they do want to keep you at an optimal weight range.
right.
Because, fuel for helicopters, someone else needs to carry you with all your gear. You don't want to be the 300. You don't want to be fucking 250 pounds before you put your gear on in the military.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not fun carrying, like, firemen carrying somebody with all that gear. I remember this one dude. He was like 6 foot something tall, and he was 220 something pounds, not including the gear. And I could move him, fireman carry, but it was very slowly. I'm like, bro, you're a fat fuck. Like, he wasn't fat. He wasn't fat, but that was a big dude. So I do see what you're saying, Gray. They want you at a good weight where it's easier for them to carry you. I agree with that.
Yeah. No, it's just efficiency and practicality. Like, there's going to be optimal body types for a wide variety of situations.
Yeah, but the military is definitely the lean and mean is the motto, at least for the for the military. Lean and mean is the key. Of course, there's people that they can't help it. They're just fucking big, like they're just like buff. That's their genetics. So
yeah, I got a couple of friends like that. They don't even work out, dude. One of them is like, I work with him in the summer. He's like he's like 7 feet tall at least. He's a huge black dude, and he's just like, he doesn't work out. He's just naturally a monster. Like, if you had to carry, he stepped on my longboard, and he almost snapped it in half.
Is he nervous about his longevity? Because
probably. He's like over 300 pounds, and he's not even fat.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty iffy, because tall people, they don't last as long.
Yeah, he's probably got like
people who are like tall as fuck. They don't live as long.
Tall as fuck.
Him and his brother are like NBA player size.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's what I'm saying. At least 7 feet tall or higher.
Oh yeah.
They don't last as long as average height people.
Yeah, no, like, and for that you basically need like either like a super male syndrome or gigantism to a certain extent. It's a hormone issue.
Right. My favorite person, Andre the Giant. I watch WWE, so yeah.
Well, like, how tall are NBA players?
On average, 6'4" or 5 on average.
Yeah, this dude might be taller than that. Then he's fucking huge, dude. He's like a Bigfoot.
Yeah, don't count the centers and stuff. Like, everybody else on average in the NBA, 6'4" or 5. Centers are just tall as shit. What would you say?
You make it. I thought you were talking about that. Those tall guys, like. See, I'm close.
Like that's just centers. Like those are the ones that supposed to be under the rim, like the tall motherfuckers.
Yeah, no, Karen, we're talking like the exception.
Yeah,
guys.
that's what I was confused with. Those people.
The guys who break the 7 foot area.
Yeah, the tallest person in the world, Pharaoh Rabbit, the tallest person in history, actually had that condition. Something happened in the brain. They had some type of tumor or something, and it affected something. I forgot what's called. Fuck, but
like
it made him
it
made him stop growing nonstop.
Yeah, because your body normally turns that off, like when you hit a certain age, but it's entirely possible that it just doesn't stop and then it keeps sending commands to your bones. Yeah, keep growing, keep extending.
And don't get
his
me
bone was
wrong,
active since he was a child, so he was just growing and growing.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. Being tall is fine, but when you get to that point, 7 feet tall or higher, I see it as a curse.
I want to say like when you get to 6'6", it's like most people and most like places don't have space for you.
Exactly.
You got to duck to get through doorways.
But hey guys, I got to jump off. I got to eat my last meal of the day and put away some laundry and stuff. But it was good being on. This was a great topic. So
Yeah, all good.
all right, see you guys.
Unity.
Punite.
Shit, I'm gonna die early, man. I thought you was gonna scare me to death. Like, oh, you're gonna die early if you're over 6 foot. I was like, oh shit.
6'1", you're not going to live past 60.
Sounds like Cope to me, bro.
Short King Cope.
And I think I remember this guy posted something about like if you're 6 foot up, it's not the ideal height. The ideal height is like 7'8" to 5'10" or something like that.
Oh god, actually, I think I remember. Let me see if we can find that guy.
So, last show of tonight. If you want to support your boy Sir Yeetus or the Warband in general, go ahead and click on that link on top of the chat and donate to Cash App. Sir Yeetus, you see it with the extra S's. If you have a super chat, if you have a question, if you just want to say something to me just because, or you just feel like donating, all donations are appreciated. Thank you very much. Where did Island Herman go?
He had to bounce, I guess.
He had to do some laundry and eat some food.
True, you gotta keep up with them gains, you know what I'm saying? But
know what you saying.
You do know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
Do you know how to speak Ebonics?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking this up. Okay, so apparently tallest man ever was 8'11".
Yep, almost 9 feet. That's recorded history. There was claims that there's people even taller than that back in the day.
Yeah, but you know those people, if they existed, they were always in water. They weren't living on land most of the time.
Well, like, honestly, chances are the tallest guy that we've historically recorded would be Goliath.
Wait, is that wait? Is that historically accurate or no?
They found
that's the thing. It's the Bible. So, but there's bound to be some measure of truth to it. Even if Goliath himself wasn't a historical person, they didn't just make that shit up. There probably were historically in armies, just random guys who were that fucking big. And
that's what I said before, right? Because the guy you're looking at right now, I said that's just a guy that's actually were able to be accurately recorded to be a giant, but claims from back in the day that there was people even taller than that.
Yeah, from like some texts that they found, Goliath wouldn't be as tall as that guy. Well, depends on which one, because it's different.
And also,
say 7 feet. I agree, 7 feet. Goliath around there.
Well, actually, a couple things. Like for one, like Goliath being big, everyone else was also like much shorter.
Yeah, they were short as fuck. Yeah,
and this guy, Robert Wadlow. Apparently, he at his peak, he had to eat 8,000 calories a day.
I couldn't. Like, don't get me wrong, I love food, but when it comes to that or the power bodybuilders, the strongest men, I will see that as a curse. You know how much you have to chew?
Yeah. Oh God, no. Honestly, I'm kind of there myself because I've done a little bit of looking, and I've actually lost weight. Just like since the holidays, and it's like my calorie count needs to go up because I put in like a fair bit of physical work throughout the day, but I'm eating like approximately 2K calories. I got to get that up to like 3,500 or more.
Well, currently just doing nothing, I burned 2,100 or 2,400. I had to go look at my previous paperwork. I went to this metabolic test, and they told me the most accurate thing they can find. I burned at least over 2,000 calories just sitting there. So, what'd you say?
Yeah. So like that was the big thing. I was like, I've been working like crazy. Why the heck am I not getting any gains? It's like, oh yeah, because like I'm fucking eating all my muscle just to stay alive.
You got to up your protein, bro. Your
Okay, that's protein and raw calories.
Yeah, if you want to get swole, add them carbs up in there.
But I got to be careful. It's like fucking an extra 2K of donuts ain't gonna fucking.
No, you gotta get the proper carbs.
Donuts. You have to eat donuts, man. Eat those donuts.
See, like what Alan Herman said, he has to eat 3,000 calories to maintain his current body weight.
Yeah,
I think that's doable.
I
can eat 3,000.
Bro, it's like you have to eat there's certain foods that give you way more calories than
calorie efficiency.
And with the foods that you eat, where it's supposed to be like nutrient dense and not like carry out or fast food, it'll be a big volume of food. So mad respect to Alan Herman for eating that much almost every day.
Alan Herman's going to McDonald's every day.
Hey, it happened. Like C.T. Fletcher, when he broke records, he said that he ate countless amount of McChickens. That was his main diet.
Well, that's the thing. The stuff at McDonald's, like the stuff that'll really fuck you up, is the fries.
Yeah, the fries. Even though they're very delicious, they're very good though. They're bad for you, but so delicious. But the McChickens, C.T. Fletcher, he downed countless amount of those. I wish I could do the same, but I'm not a strong man, so I wouldn't mind having that diet. What'd you say?
I know if I start to gain more muscle mass and I start eating to keep up with it, I'm gonna eat myself out of my money.
Personally, I will cook a bunch of ground turkey or ground beef and just put it into rice, add a little bit of eggs, jalapenos, and hot sauce. Bam. Simple but effective. I'm not talking about some extravagant meal. I'm talking about like something like quick and good to go. You'd be able to what's it called?
Meal prep.
Meal prep, yeah. You'll be able to meal prep that stuff. I ain't talking about any five-star course meals. I'm talking about simple. Ground the ground turkey or ground beef with which either or. Get some rice. Then add eggs if need be. Then put hot sauce or sriracha and jalapenos. So for the spice.
Jeez, after the stream, I'm gonna have to cook something after the stream.
Not a shit ton of jalapenos, but good enough so your taste buds don't get bored.
Bird's eye peppers, man. If you can get those and get used to them.
I like spicy food, but my body does not agree with me.
Spicy foods, it has to depend, because the most I can go is habanero. Even then, habanero is very spicy. Anything beyond that, I can't do it.
Honestly, man, try a bird's eye pepper at least once in your life.
I want to see. Is it in the States? Let me see.
Should be.
It should be.
Yeah, no, like I've gotten them out here, but they're actually kind of popular out east, actually, especially when you have them with soup.
So bird's eye, those red chilies.
Yeah, little ones.
All right, that sounds dangerous because they're small. Anything small as the chili's gonna.
Oh yeah, no, like it fucking burns like a motherfucker.
It says 50,000 to 100,000 Scoville units. I'll still get it anyway.
Yeah.
Spicy food is not unhealthy. It's actually good for you, depending on how much you eat.
Actually, funny bit of trivia. Do you know why spicy food is spicy? Well, like why spices like peppers and shit
Yeah, I know why.
It's a defense mechanism to ward off the insects and stuff.
Nah, it's not insects. It's a ward of mammals
Well,
because
whatever, like whoever tries to eat it.
No, no, that's the thing. Not even those. It's much simpler than that. Fungus.
Ooh, like
It's an antifungal agent.
really?
Yeah, because typically they're in very moist, very tropical environments. So to prevent like mold and whatnot from growing on them, that's where all this really heavy spice comes in. And thus, because that's the thing, like they want to be eaten. Like fruit is made to be eaten so that it can spread its seeds around.
Yeah.
But it needed to develop this antifungal agent, making it distasteful to mammals and the like. So the only thing that can eat them are birds, which don't have taste buds.
Hey, I have to read this right quick. Hey, Rishi, you there?
Yellow.
So
So
spice is
spice is
shroomophobic.
Yes.
Damn.
Very true. Why
But-
do you think Sir Yeetus likes his food spicy? Jesus.
All right. Okay, Rishi. Okay, throw it off
That's
on
a
me.
tail. That's
Hey.
a that's a shrew. That's a skeleton supremacist dog whistle. All right.
That's a very, very witty move on your end, Rishi. I'll give you that one. Okay. But when it comes to spicy food, the amount of spice that you eat on a daily basis is actually pretty healthy. In fact, a lot of people from Asian countries such as Japan, Korea, China, etc., they eat a good amount of spicy food every day, and their life expectancy is a lot higher than ours. So,
That's the thing. It is a very natural disinfectant.
right. And I'm not saying that spicy food is the sole reason why their life expectancy is high, but it's one of the variables on why they stay skinny and healthy. So, I know the fact that they rarely eat fried foods, at least in Japan and South Korea, they rarely eat fried foods. Their foods are fresh. Their main protein is fish, and they can get in trouble if they get overweight. Yes, actually, they can get in trouble. Exact opposite of the United States. Exact opposite.
well, it used to be. I love the shit, man.
Like, you too skinny? What the fuck? Go to Burger King. Get the triple whopper. Eat it right now. Eat it. But I can't. Oh, you goddamn will. You're gonna look like. What's up?
Even the fat people like Sumerers, they're technically fat, but they're way healthier than most people that are lighter than them in most Western countries.
Oh, definitely. Although they will have health issues if they don't lose the weight eventually, because you can't be in your mid 50s and 300 pounds. I don't care if it's mostly muscle or if it's well controlled fat.
But
Your
for
heart
some
your
reason,
heart
the
can't take it.
the exceptions, right? I'm talking about exceptions. Somehow, some way, they're able to live a long time being big boys. The exceptions.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? How are you still alive? Oh, hey, I just eat this flavored salt. You want some?
or those, that's the thing. Like, there's guys who can literally eat airplanes. So
Seriously, like people that drink every day and they're living in their 70s or 80s. Like, how is your liver not destroyed right now? Fuck.
Yeah, humans are weird when they get to like those outside cases. It's like, how is that possible? That shouldn't be possible. Like people that can dip into like freezing cold water and get out. Like, oh yeah, it's fine. It's like you were in there for like a good minute. You should be dead.
And capsaicin is definitely the key ingredient for people to maintain or lose weight because it suppresses your appetite. That's the main goal when it comes to eating spicy food. You're not as hungry because most likely the spice is fucking up your stomach. But besides that, it should suppress your appetite. And free raw visceral fat is definitely the problem. I agree. That you guys know what visceral fat is, right? Or do you want me to?
go into that actually.
Visceral fat is something it's not the fat outside that you see, like the fat people with the big old guts and stuff, and the man moobs, the moobs, is something that's covering your organs, like on the
Oh
inside.
yeah, that shit.
Yeah, that's the main problem with being overweight is when the visceral fat starts taking over your organs. Eventually it will get to the heart. Eventually, or any other like the liver, fatty liver. That's also a big thing. So, I forgot the other word for visceral fats. I'm gonna have to look it up right quick because visceral fat is like the inside. The outside is another word. Actually, Greg, can you look that up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Okay. Let's say like visceral fat versus this should show up.
I think I remember listening, like hearing that there's like a lot of like fungus and bacteria that helps us like break down a lot of food inside of us, and we would be dead without them. So yeah,
Fungus.
yeah.
For me, I understand we're here to live a good time, not a long time, but don't be careless and die at 35. What'd you say,
You can't
Greg?
leave a good time if you're always in the hospital.
That too. What'd you say,
Yeah,
Greg?
I think it's some visceral fat versus subcutaneous fat, which is the stuff that's just stored under the skin.
Yeah, that's something that you can like see somebody's like overweight belly. That's what it is.
Like if a guy, that's the thing. Like if you don't have a six pack, like that's it. You probably just got some subcutaneous fat. And guys specifically, we put fat on in our abdomen first, whereas women actually put fat on in their thighs first.
Yeah, and depending on how they use the fat, we don't mind. Just kidding.
No,
you better have a tight ass.
Yeah, but what Carry On was mentioning was the your inner microbiome, which is like all the bacteria that live like in your mouth, in your stomach, in your intestines, and those all assist you with breakdown. That's why, and they can actually affect quite a bit about you. So you do have to eat properly to maintain an ideal microbiome. And if you cut out a food for an extended period of time, your body will adjust and you might find it very difficult to eat it afterwards.
Yep, that's why I'm a big fan of keto and or carnivore. I'm a big fan of that stuff because that's one of the main things that can actually have your body have the minimal body fat because you guys aren't eating all that glycogen that comes with like grains and sugar and all that stuff. So, not saying you should do it, but at least if you're trying to lose weight, definitely look into that keto and or carnivore stuff.
Yeah, whereas if you're a bugger like me that needs to put it on.
Yeah, you definitely need to up your calorie intake if you're doing carnivore or keto, or go old school, add that white rice and oatmeal and all that good stuff to bulk you up, or take mass gainer. That works.
Yeah, I'd rather do it with food rather than jump into various chemicals.
Yeah, mass gainer was very difficult for me. I gained around 7 or 8 pounds on mass gainer when I was taking it.
Yeah, and I think
I loved it.
I think I'll just like add a couple extra meals to my rotation, a little more eggs and bacon.
It's gonna be difficult though. You willing to do it?
Well, just adding more food is like, dude, I have to. My body's fucking breaking down from how much work I'm doing. I need the extra muscle mass, or I'm gonna be in pain for a long time.
Soon, Gray's gonna be a skeleton too.
All right, man. Are you doing any type of are you doing keto, carnivore, paleo?
No, nothing special.
Just a regular diet.
Regular diet, trying to eat healthy. I'll grab KFC once a month at most, just for a special thing.
But okay, then my thing is definitely uptake the portions that you eat. Mainly carbs if you're trying to gain weight.
Yeah, my primary carb staple is pasta. But so like I could add rice to the rotation. That's no problem.
All right, cool beans. Carry on. You trying to gain or lose weight?
I'm trying to lose weight. I'm big right now. Right, I don't
Okay.
look fat, but I'm putting on that weight.
So, are you willing to eat less portions of your diet right now, or
Yeah, I can. That's fine. I can do that
Okay.
easily. I've done it before.
because for me, I did keto and carnivore, and I loved both of them. It's definitely a lot easier to eat compared to carbs.
Yeah.
When you trying to lose weight? Rishi, what about you? Are you trying to gain or lose weight?
I'd say I gotta lose. I
Okay.
mean, I just gotta tone up.
Are you willing to eat, eggs, bacon, vegetables like broccoli, bell
Oh, yeah.
peppers?
They're good, bro. I was
Okay.
I was like eating them.
Because I'm not saying abandon carbs altogether, but just to cut the portion.
Yeah, you don't really need carbs, right? I'd say carbs are like something when you like do something that's, like you're, running a marathon.
Right.
You might want to eat some carbs like the night before or something like that to give
'Cause
you a
it's
little bit of boost of energy.
Yeah, it's an immediate power storage immediately. But
Yeah.
after the glycogen runs out of your body, your liver is going to work on breaking down the fat and transform it into ketones. And then your body will use the ketones as energy. You
Yeah.
know. But once again, you can still eat carbs. I'm not saying you can't, especially carry on. But if you're trying to lose weight, I highly suggest to cut down on the carbs at least. Continue to eat the proteins and the veggies. But if you're going to eat rice, have like just 1 cup of rice.
Damn, I eat rice like those Asian parodies, man. I'm not gonna lie.
The reason they can get away with eating all that rice is because they have fish daily. They don't eat all that other processed or fried foods like we do in the West. That's the only reason they get away with eating all that fucking rice. I will blow up like crazy if I ate the same amount of rice. Just putting it out
They
there.
don't
What'd you
have
say,
that much,
Carry on?
like- What you say? I didn't hear what you said.
I said, what were you saying?
No. I said I eat a lot of rice in general.
Oh yeah. See, but that's the thing. Yeah, I'm not saying like to get rid of rice.
Oh no, I
altogether.
know.
Yeah.
I know about like you have to cut down or so. Like you don't have to have like cut it out completely. Just put.
And don't get me
small
wrong.
portions.
Don't get me wrong. It's hard. Like it was beyond hard for me. Don't get me wrong. Well, what's up?
Oh god, I remember I tried brown rice for a while. Dude, that shit did not digest. It was the fucking same both ways.
Brown rice is bullshit in my opinion. I understand if old people have to eat it. I don't know.
You know,
But-
like that is basically you're eating rocks. It's basically just tiny rocks.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
I'm
My
gonna be
parents,
I'm used to brown rice.
my parents forced me to eat brown rice. I don't like
God.
that shit.
Well, then I guess you got a fucking microbiome that can digest it. Because for me, it was like, did I even get anything out of that? Because it's didn't change the whole way through.
Exactly, and what Pharaoh Rabbit said, the West needs to get rid of fast food restaurants, man. Many people can learn how to cook from scratch again. See, when the sanctions was happening in Russia and all the fast food and everything was leaving Russia, I'm like, is that really a loss, though? I don't see it as a loss.
No, that's the thing. It's like, God, this is something that kind of bugs me. It's like, okay, so you're reducing all the options for Russian people to spend their money on that take money out of the country.
Exactly.
Like,
Now they have no choice but to get the produce, whether it's exported or within the country to actually make their own foods.
Well, that's the thing is like now you're not taking money out of the country, so more money is going to go within the country. Thus, they're going to be more efficient. And that's the other thing. I see a bunch of like, let's raise money to help Ukraine because war is bad. I'm like, so you're trying to stop a war by putting more money into the war.
Yeah, don't get me started on that one. Oh man. But hey, I'm not saying that you can't have your nuggies, okay? What I'm saying is a lot of people, especially in the United States, they can't eat it in moderation.
Yeah, you're a grown man. You make your own dino nuggies. You get your own fucking
nuggets. I need my nuggets.
you get your own fucking chicken. You grind it up in your own fucking meat grinder. You shape it into your own fucking dinosaurs. You batter it yourself. You bread it yourself. You toss it in the fucking deep fryer yourself. You make your own fucking dino nuggets.
And I guarantee you that is healthier than the processed shit you get at fast food.
Oh god, yeah. Especially if you get like an air fryer too. Very efficient.
I'm telling you, man, like I get it. I get it. At least in the United States, I get why people go for fast food all the time because based on their schedule and the average schedule of every American, they tend to not have enough time to cook their own food.
Oh, look, if they got enough fucking time for Netflix, they got enough time to cook their own fucking food.
Well, that too. But I'm just saying, like, let's say the average family, okay? Because if you're by yourself, you have no excuse.
Yeah.
You can have in a family, one adult has at least 1 hour free every couple days.
Right, but when somebody's like working all day, you know, especially if both parents work all day, they will much rather use that time to chill. If you get what I'm saying, Gray.
I understand, but that's where the matter of prioritizing comes in. Like,
Right.
it's not that they don't have the time, it's just they've prioritized their time for other stuff.
Well, because, you know, if you're working 8, 10, 12 hours a day, and then you come home and you just like, I just want to relax and go to sleep. You know, they rather go the quick route.
Yeah, but you're not working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
No. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's times where people do cook at home. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But doing it on a daily basis?
No, that's the thing. Like, for me, I don't want to spend an extra hour every day doing it. So I'll use my weekend and meal prep for the entire week in an hour or two.
Yeah, but people don't normally think ahead. Like, that's the problem.
That's the other thing. Like, it's like time management and thinking ahead. Those are the real.
It comes to the kids as well, where that's the issue.
You do have to cook a lot more when there's kids involved.
Right, and then say, you know what? I honestly don't feel like cooking. We've both been working all day. Let's just go order some pizza.
Yeah, well, imagine if you're like, you know, if we did the budget and we stopped eating out all the time, we'd actually be able to live on one income.
If the nuclear family was still common, I definitely see a lot more skinnier people running about because at least the traditional woman won't mind cooking food, at least dinner every day, right? And even then, breakfast and dinner, she definitely won't mind cooking, at least for the husband and herself. Yeah, it's just me, like, because a person that's at home maintaining the household, they're way more likely to make sure everybody has that nutritious meal.
Yeah, well,
you know. But hey, I'm gonna ask somebody real quick. The one, the only, real talk.
What's good, boys?
Oh yeah.
What is going on? Based on what we were talking about, do you have anything to say when it comes to the topic?
Yeah, I mean, as far as working out goes, there's a lot of solutions for at home and kind of on the go. Something popped up in my feed one day. This guy, Rip Right HD. I've tried plugging his products before. It's like isometric exercises. He has resistance bands coupled to 2 pieces of PVC, and you can do all sorts of shoulder exercises, bicep, tricep. I mean, you name it, and it will fit in your back pocket. I think he sells them for about like $35 with like a a variety of bands and resistances, but just the basic one, you get through your second set, you're really feeling it like you just hit free weights. So I would suggest checking out Rip Right HD. And then one day I was like in Walmart's clearance section and I came across this Cap company. They make like a lower tier free weights. They make racks, power racks, and all sorts. I came across these power racks. They're regularly like 150 to like $200 in store. They had them on clearance for like $40. I'll have to upload one, a picture of one to like the Discord and shit. But I've got a few of them. If I could, send them out to the brothers who need them. Shit, Gray, it's got a pull up bar and all that. I mean, I'll give it to you for what I paid for it. I know like the whole doxing situation, but I built my own home gym the past like 6 months. So there's like a lot of affordable shit today that if you guys don't want to run into the nightclub situation, having an on the go sort of situation like the Rip Right HD, or even building like a decent quality but very affordable home gym, that's just going to give you the peace of mind during these next few years as shit gets even more restrictive. The price of everything goes up. So like you're going to have more desperate people by the end of the day going to Planet Fitness and those sort of setups. So fitness is always going to cost more as the cost of living goes up. So it's just something to consider. But let's not even get into like how these women are selling themselves at the gym. I mean, that's been touched definitely throughout this conversation, but it's a good one so far, guys.
Okay, so what about diet? We were
Diets?
just talking about diet just now. Where?
Yeah.
What's up?
As far as the carbs go, things like quinoa that have a lot of fiber, anything that has carbs, you want to look for the carbs that have the natural fiber built into it, the dietary fiber. Other than that, Yeetus, you're correct. Try to stay away from those carbs. Get your vitamins and minerals as much as possible from the vegetables and, the meat, of course. So staying lean and staying active is always going to put you in that positive calories that you're burning. And then what you're consuming, that's the most important thing, is staying away from carbs and having a lot of dietary fiber, even in a vegetable and meat diet, because meat's very hard to digest, just like rice is very hard to digest. So keep up the fiber, Warband, and because here I think an old school saying is, if you ain't shitting right, you ain't living right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So here's the big thing, though.
Yeah.
So like I was explaining before. Wait, is that you, Real Talk? Somebody has a lot of noise in the background.
Is that me? Or is that my headphones?
Let's see. It was Gray. Gray. Okay. So when it comes to the sanctions that was put on Russia, right? And a lot of the fast food industries are bailing on them. Do you really see that as a loss to Russia?
Hell no. Their people are going to be much more healthier with the chemicals and the toxins out of their daily lives. It's nothing but chronic disease. That's what they should call. All fast food restaurants should start a union and call it chronic disease, because it's like they've been unionized in enforcing garbage food down our throats. It's all been manufactured to taste extremely well. Like they've mind fucked our taste buds. And at the end of the day, like, it's toxic food. So Russia, I mean, their people are probably getting an extra 5 years added onto their life. So it's no skin off their back.
I agree. And we were comparing it to the U.S. If something happens to the U.S., we said that the U.S. pretty much relies on fast food because based on our lifestyle being very, busy bees. I'm not saying if you're by yourself. If you're by yourself, single, you have no excuse. But if you have a family, I see why the family, especially if both the mother and the father works, they go for the fast food because, they come home, they work 8, 10, 12-hour shifts, and They're just like, man, we just want to relax and chill. I don't feel like cooking. Let's just go
Yeah.
get the pizza for the kids.
Yeah, that's what's going on is everyone's like a tax cattle. They got to work their asses off and then get how much of their pay taken, like taxes taken out of it. Then they come home and they don't have the time to, because food prep is the number one thing that deters people from cooking at home. I mean, you really have to buy an entire week's worth. You got to have it planned. It's all got to be coordinated. So that's the problem. That's the secondary problem with going to the grocery store. Not just that food prices have gone up, it's that it takes a lot of time. And if you don't have that time because you got to toil away and work for someone, you're going to have to choose a quicker, more, I don't know, spontaneous solution for your children who are hungry. When you look in your kid's eyes, I don't have children, but you look into a kid's eyes and you see a hungry kid, you're just like, all right, I got to feed this fucker and I need to feed him fast. I got to make some sort of decision. And 9 times out of 10, it's, shit food.
But I do tell people, okay, if you're so busy, why not get a pressure cooker? Why not get a slow cooker? Because you can put a bunch of random shit in a slow cooker and you don't have to pay attention to it for the next 4 to 5 hours. You can literally come home on break, on your lunch break or wherever it is. I'm talking about people who has families. You can literally just throw everything into this slow cooker and everything will be ready by dinner time. Like if you put like a pot roast or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And it's all nutritious. It's all, you know where the source is coming from. No extra added bullshit. Another solution I've found, I've really leaned out. I've been eating a lot of Middle Eastern food. They've got like this salad called tabbouleh, and it's got parsley, and it's like high fiber content. It has tomatoes, onions, like a vinaigrette dressing, and I think like cracked wheat. Super nutritious. It's like kind of like a Middle Eastern superfood, but there's this place by me that has this shit by the pound. They got chicken by the pound, rice by the pound. Sometimes I'll just say, fuck it. I'll buy like $80 to $100 worth of like, that fresh food, and it will last me a few days. I'm eating lean. I know it's been, prepared by like a family, like establishment. So if you don't have the time, you can find places where they do things in bulk. And that could suffice for a family of 4 or, a smaller family. If the parents really were that busy, there's places that have hearty meals in bulk. You just need to know where to find the places.
Yeah, like I'm not that bougie motherfucker. Like, let me go to the most expensive grocery store I can find. No, I go to that down dirty, cheap motherfuckers where I can get a good price for the meats. Because once again, you can freeze the meats if it's a few days away from expiring. You can freeze that shit, first off. And on top of that, the vegetables, it's cheap in the first place. At least the last time when I went over there. Buying per pound is like what? $1, $2, maybe. Like depending on which vegetable you get. So the only thing that I see the prices going up is grain these days because of the Ukraine situation.
I've seen meat go up as well, but that's because most cattle are grain fed.
See, that's the big thing, right? I tell people you need to go over to your local butcher. You need to find the nearest butcher shop that you can find. And you can find way better deals and way better quality meat than your Walmart or wherever you go. So, but overall, I still see that you can still make a cheap, nutritious meal. It's just that a lot of people, they don't want to feel less bougie. I don't give a shit what it is. As long as I get the right veggies, the right protein, and a little bit of carbs on the side, that's all I need. But that's it. I'm speaking from a single person's perspective. It's a different story if you have a family. I understand. And you
But
guys,
what do you?
what'd you say?
One thing I did want to add to the conversation, continue with the topic, Yeetus. I was going to go back to the gym, but continue. Let's stay on the health and diet and wellness.
Oh no, you can go back to the gym.
How many women do we see today, not just wearing skin tight clothing, but coming with a full face of makeup on, their hair done? You know, like
The time. Oh my god.
it's like, how can you work out with toxins on your face, 60% of which are being absorbed through the skin? Shout out to Hammerhand. It just makes absolutely no sense to me. You're supposed to be getting fit, getting well, but you're putting face paint on and doing like a ritualistic mating dance of popping your ass in the air and twerking. It's just like it's so contradictory. It's like a strong, when they call themselves strong, but they're also victims. They're strong victims. I'm working out, but I need to look good while I'm working out. It's a huge contradiction.
Well, it's because it's all about that validation, right? It's all about baiting you to look. And if you do look, she's going to use that to her advantage to make herself look superior, saying, "Ugh, let me go on my social media and complain about how these men are looking at me like a bunch of creeps."
Yeah, it's fucked up as this is you could literally have a girl in love with you. I mean, a physical sort of thing. Like she could basically saying, "I love the sex." It's not that she loves you; she loves the sex. So you could have a girl where you want her, and she could still be going to a gym dressed a certain way, and she'll say things like, "Yeah, but my hair's always up." I've had a girl tell me that my hair is always up. I never wear my hair down or styled. And then I'm like,
Bullshit.
exactly. And I'm saying like, and then I said, as soon as she said that to me, I said, "But have you ever worn makeup to the gym?" And she just didn't respond because she knew I had her I had her in a lie. And then the best part is there's girls who have gyms at home. Some of them have invested in equipment because they've been like, I've fucked with super fit chicks like gym rats themselves. And I'm thinking to myself, why do you have to go to a public place wearing some sort of makeup, supposedly having control over your hairdo?
The tightest clothing they can fucking find.
Yeah, she showed me what she would wear to the gym, and I'm just like, okay. I said, so how many dudes, I was like, so how many sucker simps? That's exactly what I said to her. How many sucker simps are googly eyed? She's like, it happens all the time. And I'm just like, that's exactly why you're there. You have good workout equipment. You have free weights. You basically have your own Olympic gym at home. You've dropped personally $4,000 to $5,000 yourself in the motherfucker. You've told me about this, but you claim that Planet Fitness or some other hellhole has these machines that only those machines can hit certain angles. Nah, bitch. You're moving that ass certain angles, and these simps are fucking going crazy, and you love it. That's what's going on.
If I had the chance to have my own home gym, like actual great equipment, you will never see me at a public gym ever again. Ever. Eventually I will have my own gym, but when I do, I will never pay for any membership. Fuck that. Okay. I'd much rather work by myself, or if a homeboy wants to come over and work out with me. That's it. That's it. I don't need to see these women fucking. I can literally see inside their goddamn uterus when they bend over. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they take up precious time and valuable real estate.
It's insane. And they know they're doing this, but of course, at the same time, cognitive dissonance. They believe they're doing nothing provocative, which is insane.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. A shot of whiskey. Do you have an idea of what type of equipment you want to get? I'm going to get a shit ton of fucking dumbbells. That's the first thing I'm going to get, right? And then I'm going to get a treadmill. Then I'm going to get jump ropes. I like jump ropes. And then on top of that, I'm going to get this, like, I'm sure you've seen in the gym before, the multiple, like you can do pull-ups in this area. You can do squats, bench press. You can do all this crazy stuff, like with just that area alone.
Power rack.
And on top of that, I plan on getting weighted vests. So when I do plan on going on the treadmill, or I just feel like running outside in public, I want my body to get used to having heavier weights and having the run being challenging. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Okay, like once I establish my home gym, that's gonna be the place where, unless my future companion is using it, nobody's allowed to use it. Nobody.
Yeah.
If I'm not there.
I had showed Chronic my little setup, and he thought it was pretty good. Literally, though, I have one of those power racks that you're describing. It's got a space for an Olympic bar. It's got a plate holder. It has a bunch of attachments. It has 500-pound capacity, and I literally got this thing for $40. And I bought like 4 of them. I'm like, shit, $40. I was like, fuck it. Because I was like, I could sell these online, or I could give them to whoever needs them. But if you're looking for a power rack, like I got you, like for real, I just need to find out how to get it to you. The shipping's a little bit because it's heavier, but I mean, for what it's worth, you can do pull-ups, chin-ups. You have the variable height where you can have a towards the ground for doing shrugs, straight bar shrugs. You can adjust it all the way to the top for military press. And, 500 pounds free weights, that's a lot for a barbell.
Right.
So it really is like all you really need for a home gym. And there's a dip attachment for it. There's the safety bar attachment if you're squatting heavy. And I couldn't believe the price, but this brand, I've seen it at Walmart. I've seen it at like big box stores. It's called Cap. So yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of it and try to put it on the Discord. But yeah,
I'm definitely down to see it, man. And when I have a future female companion, which definitely would not be in the West, she needs to understand that I'm going to be getting up early in the morning. I mean, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to work out, or late at night, like 11 or midnight. I like those times because usually people are asleep and I don't have to deal with their bullshit. Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
sure.
So she needs to understand that, hey, now this is me time. Unless you want to get them gains with me, because once again, I'm not against her working out. If you want to work out with me, hey, I'm not going to show any mercy. You better get your ass up. Not, 10 more minutes. Fuck your 10 minutes. You better take this pre-workout. That's just me. That's just me. I ain't taking no more. If you're gonna work out with me, you're gonna be going by my schedule.
Just put it down. Just put it out of the desk. Put it in the lines with a credit card and be like, take that shit. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. I will throw her ass off the bed. I will literally lift the fucking bed, throw her ass off. I'm not even joking either. Like, nah, you can't just say, "Oh, I just want to sleep." I'm dragging your ass to the garage, and we're gonna get those gains.
It's gonna be like the equivalent of pulling the tablecloth, and all the fucking food just goes flying. She's gonna go flying with the bed.
Well, it's like your homeboy is saying, "Oh yeah, I'll work out with you tomorrow," and then the next day you say, "Oh no, some came up," or "Oh, I'm just too sleepy." Nah, fuck that. I'm pulling up to your place right now, and I'm dragging your ass out the bed. How dare you? How dare you infringe on my time? And then all of a sudden, you don't want to work out with me? Nah, you better take your pre-workout right now because we're going to the gym. This is your fault, not mine. This is yours. You brought this on yourself.
I think for younger guys trying to really put on mass, finding someone who's similar body weight and height, who would have a similar strength. If you could find a good lifting partner where you guys can like for instance, if you're benching and he's your spot or whatever, if you guys are doing around the same weight, it doesn't take so long to work out. Like you guys can get I remember with football, they would always pair you up with someone who was around the same height and weight, but
I
you
agree.
can make those big gains because you're just going to be pushing each other. And you're always going to be competing with one another as well, indirectly. You're going to be boys, but you're going to be like, shit, like, you're going to be one of the.
especially
Exactly.
if you're competing for varsity.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing is, I had my lifting partner. His dad was an NFL ex-NFL player.
Right.
He was teaching this kid how to hang clean. I believe it or not, I think you guys were having a discussion about kids working out early. My firm belief, because I did this and it worked, and a few other kids, because like I grew up in Ohio and football is a big deal. So in middle school, like 7th grade is when I started like not like powerlifting, but getting form down and getting the technique.
Wait, hold up.
And
They
then
let kids that young work out?
yeah, once that growth spurt stops, that big growth spurt in middle school, like they're not playing games. Like there's kids coming out freshman year that are benching well over 300 to 350 pounds at some schools. Like football is everything in the state of Ohio, Texas, Florida, California. A lot of the times,
that's genetics and whatever their parents are feeding them. But regardless, personally, I don't agree with middle schoolers lifting weights. Personally,
yeah, no,
I'm sure it's a different experience for you, but
yeah, I was fortunate enough not to have my growth stunted, but at the end of the day, playing football and being just trying to be a gym rat all the time, you'll be surprised when you have a good workout partner and you guys are pushing each other. And once you get that form down, like everything, even being a taller guy myself, once I learned how to squat properly, it just the release of like testosterone. Once you're really, when you're going and doing that parallel squat, or even sometimes going beneath parallel, and it feels like you're in that hole and you're never going to get out of it. But once you power through, like you feel like a fucking man when you're squatting a lot. It's like one of those things, like you're in your own disbelief when you put the weight on your back. But once you get out of that fucking hole, it's a great feeling. So I think certain lifts, I know they're tough on the knees, but if you're a younger guy and you can really build up that testosterone, powering with your legs, you just feel like $1,000,000. I remember that feeling.
Yeah, that people don't understand why, in sports, male sports, even, very good friends, hell, best friends, they fight with each other.
Yeah.
Men are naturally competitive. We cannot help that shit. No. That's how we establish hierarchies. Okay. Women, they technically don't have to worry about that because they will literally share the best man that's around. They will literally share that man.
Their competition is very different. They don't have to compete in the same level or for the same things.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because here, let me explain it. So when it comes to men, right, we naturally compete with each other. That it is what it is, right? It doesn't even have to be physical per se. Even with a group of good friends, we know who's the top dog within that group of friends, and we know who's the weakest link. But when it comes to women, they are willing to share the same man, but they are competing on who will be the queen bee of that man. Because the queen bee of that man will get the most attention and resources.
Yeah, that's they're
like they don't have competitions, they have sabotages and shit like that.
I agree. I agree with what you're saying, Gray, and carry on. I definitely agree with what you're saying. I just had to break that down for a bit because When it comes to sports, it is what it is. You adapt or perish when it comes to a man.
Yeah, I did some hot doggish shit in my day. I could have been one of those. You know how the parents would always hold the kids back in eighth grade so they could be like that super dominant kid before going into high school. Did that ever happen like near you guys, where you had that kid who was like a year older in eighth grade for some reason?
Yep.
Yeah. And that's always with guys. I noticed. I didn't really notice that happening with the girls. Maybe today more or less it is. I'd have to do some research, but you kind of see that where it's like they're always trying to establish dominance. But we had our gym class. It was weird because half the class would be in health class for the semester, and then half the class would be taking gym. So they put all the athletes in one. This is freshman health and gym class. They put all the athletes who had like potential in one class to make it competitive, and then they put like the dorks in the other. It was kind of seemed like that's what it was because there was no one really good at sports in the other class, and we're like, man, this shit had to be on purpose. So I was just telling everybody in health, they put all the athletes in the health class first. And I was just talking shit to everybody because there was this one girl who was like her freshman year, she was a state champion swimmer. So like she was already like thought she was like, the queen bee already. But there was also a track girl in there and like football players, basketball players. But I just told everybody I wasn't a basketball player, I was a football player. I told everyone I was just talking shit. I'm like, yeah, first day of fucking gym, I'm gonna fucking tomahawk slam. And everyone's like, you can't fucking dunk. You can't fucking dunk. And that's what I ended up doing. And then everyone just shut the fuck up. I'm like, yeah, bitches. So like, there's always that point where if you can do something outrageous in sports in your youth, you're always like kind of just showing off because you're just like, oh, I'm the top dog. Like some kids, this one kid, he could fucking jump rope like ridiculously like fast. Like he was breaking like fucking our high school record. It was like one thing where you're just like, if someone's really good at something, they're going to show that shit off. And that's what we have as men because that's how we competed and we've adapted biologically. So it's just funny to me how women, it's completely different. Like we are driven in a different path and then they're driven in like a contradictory, like psychotic fucking, it's like they have psych issues in what they're driven by. It's like, how does that competing with one another, being a queen bee, like, how does that drive their biology? How does that help society with that? Like, you get what I'm saying? It's like more.
It makes sense why they're like that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. What'd you say? Carry on.
It makes sense why they act like that. It's like they're not ready. It's not really society. It's for propagation and make sure that their children live on. So they would gladly give up their friends if they believe that it could help them later on with their lives. So it makes sense if you look at like history and genetics and so on.
Well, let's be honest.
Oh wait, great, go for it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So like a woman is never going to benefit from a woman who is not a part of her family, whereas a man can easily benefit from men outside his family.
I definitely agree because men are a lot easier to get along with each other, and our word is you're a man of your word. That's a saying for no reason, right? We trust that you will get something done in exchange of something in return.
Well, that's the thing, is that's kind of the foundation of the male social dynamic, because if you have two men who can trust each other, they will beat one man who, like, even if that one man is stronger, like if you've ever fought 2-on-1, like that two guys.
I did 3-on-1.
Yeah, but like two guys who have each other's backs and are at least somewhat competent, or even better.
It's a pain in the ass. Like it's how do I say? It's like back in the day. I mean, I'm talking about like thousands of years ago, where these cavemen, they try to take down a mammoth. They go in like giant groups to take the mammoth down. and it usually takes a very long time to take the mammoth down. And there's a coordination and trust between the men to actually get the job done, get their specific job done to take that mammoth down. That's a comparison I can say. But with me, 3v1, that was very difficult when it comes to a fight. Very difficult.
Yeah, but that's like an actual fight. If it was a no holds barred fight to the death, winner take all situation.
Well, that's where I was in pretty much because
Like-
there was no referee.
No. I'm talking like you got fucking sharp rocks and knives and shit. It's not like
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, man. But hey, I gotta address this right quick, even though he's probably gone. Tuna and ramen noodles is cheap and will get you jacked. Yes. It will definitely get you jacked as fuck. But it is highly unhealthy. Especially with ramen noodles almost every day. No.
Well,
No.
Well, that's a lot of it's the sodium content. Like,
Yep.
not like getting your 99-cent store-bought ramen where it's just add water and flavor and go. That's different from if you got like proper ramen noodles, because then at that point it's just a variation on pasta.
Yeah, if it was like legit ramen noodles, like something from an actual restaurant, I have no issue with that. But the actual packets, hell no. Even though it works. It works. I agree.
No, the sodium will like fuck you up. Like you'll
high blood pressure, insane.
You'd have to cut the packet. You'd have to go down to like a quarter packet of flavoring and whatnot. And that would be like the only way to truly sustain on it because your heart would fucking.
I agree.
But
I still eat ramen noodles, but it'll be once or maybe twice a week. But for the time being, it's like once every other week if I'm like feeling it.
Yeah. I kind of want to touch on a point that Gray made. I think when he was describing taking down Big Prey and whatnot, that was probably the first brotherhood amongst men, because the brotherhood is like on one man trusting another man, and then, kind of like having that trust with one another. We can say there's truly a brotherhood from history, biologically, and even today with this movement. But is there truly a sisterhood, and has there ever been, or has it just been like a den of vipers willing to bite each other at a moment's notice?
Well,
if you watch the show Survivor, you'll see. What'd you say, Grace?
Well, that's what I was kind of getting at. It's like women genetically, evolutionarily do not benefit from a sisterhood. They just don't.
They don't.
But they've let the controllers of this world destroy it with one. That's it's like
that's because it plays into their other biological imperative of social acceptance. Like, they know the sisterhood is bullshit, but they have to pretend to believe it and support it on the surface. Otherwise, they'll be ostracized. And the biggest, strongest men in modern society is the government. It'd be one thing if we were far more separated and they could actually put faith in their immediate family over the government. But realistically, the strongest family nowadays is still going to be subservient to the cops and military.
But don't get me wrong, right? When it comes to the sisterhood, will only work, like what Grace said. The sisterhood bullshit will work if they have an authoritative figure that they both follow. Okay, I'm talking about at least 2 women. Hell, there's 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 women out there, right? And a good example are pimps.
Yeah, when you get a small collective of women, they can agree in subservience to the strongest man. But one man or even a tiny group of men can only look after so many women.
Well,
If
yeah,
you're trying
that's
to get-
true.
Like, the government cannot provide the children and stability to over 100 million women simultaneously.
Well, That's why they rely on us.
Well, they need, that's the thing. They need our money,
Right.
but again, like let's look at you, like Ukraine's perfect example. Shit hits the fan. The government's basically like, yeah, women, you can leave. We'll give you the route to leave, but they weren't providing fucking escorts for every single woman and child there.
Yep, I agree. I agree. And the fact that in Ukraine, these women were able to leave anytime that they wanted, right? And leave their husbands or boyfriends, wherever it is, to go fight and die.
Okay, honestly, this is something that I kind of wondered, but so they're reporting that, Russian missile strike killed children. I'm like, you kept every man 16 to 80 there. How many of those children are your conscripts that you're just dustying up for PR?
I
Yep.
agree. And I heard they use hypersonic missiles on Ukraine today.
Oh yeah, apparently like 400 million in ammunition and weapons destroyed.
Yeah, it's I'm like, I already told Ukraine, like you're not gonna win. You're not going to. The
Yeah,
more that this shit goes on, the more people are gonna die.
yeah, and that's why like there's these anti-war people making fundraisers for Ukraine. It's like, motherfuckers, it is because you keep financing Ukraine that the war is going to keep going and more people are going to die. You are funding people's deaths with your dollars, and you're just trying to fucking virtue signal.
Exactly,
But I can do that. Shit, no one tell me.
I mean, to be fair, I'd gladly pay for the plane ticket of a Reddit cuck to go over and get fucked.
well, I heard a good amount of strikes happen because these motherfuckers won't put down their phone. But back to the topic though, right? These women, once again, the sisterhood will never get along unless they have a male figure delegating what will happen or not. The sisterhood itself, they'll just tear each other apart. Prove if I'm wrong or not.
No, they won't. And even when they do have a central man, you only have to look at like the history of Chinese empresses and whatnot to know they will gladly sacrifice like their children in order to gain status amongst the harem. So
Exactly. Because Queen Bee is a top position. Because once again, when she's Queen Bee, she won't care if you cheat, just as long as she gets all the resources. But this is before, the divorce and family courts came in.
There's a point that the channel Dr. BOA he's made. He's pretty much said if a woman has ever experienced a quote unquote beta, a male she can walk all over and have her way with, she'll always lust and desire and crave that power over, the men in the future. So he was pretty much saying she has to have a masculine male who has his feet planted over and over and over and over, and that's all she can ever know. So she won't come out of pocket. Until the shit hits the fan, I always feel like even these women who would be in rotations and or harems, unless that male was providing the resources for them to live, a shelter for them to live, and everything they needed, they would lust and want that power they had over even the most dominant man. If he wasn't threatening with force and it was like still somewhat good times, not complete shit bad times, end of the world, it's very sad to know that these women still will be rebellious. They still will not want to submit, and they'll want to test because it's like they've gotten to do it before. They're used to that behavior. Maybe it's been normalized through a few quote unquote beta male simp manginas, but nevertheless, until it's desperation and they desperately need him to survive, they'll never fucking truly submit.
That's why I tell women, you don't want that man. You're just settling for him. You're just settling because when it comes to desperate times, women will willing to sleep with the enemy before they deal with consequences and accountability. And that has happened throughout history.
Let's say, well, we got to remember the women that survive throughout history are the ones that ensured the passing on of their genes.
Of course, of course. That's the whole point. But what I'm saying is, they claim that they're, stronger than Pando, Nino Man, men obsolete, go to war and die, that's all you're good for, etc. But when shit pops off, similar to Ukraine, oh, we're just toxic masculinity, protect us. Like, nah, bitch. Nope. First off, I don't even know who you are. So,
Like,
go away.
clinging on to their false sense of reality while getting smacked in the face with the live update of what's truly going on. It's like, how can you live in both worlds while you're in the middle of the shit at the same damn time? It's like they have one eye looking one way, and then like the one guy in what was it, Big Daddy?
Right.
Yeah, he had one eye looking one way, one eye looking the other. It was Steve Buscemi, I think, that he had playing that character.
Charlie Murphy explained it as well on Dave Chappelle's show,
Yeah,
where the bodyguard comes in.
Yeah, it's crazy how they even in those times they still want to cling on to that power that they were given. It's like they're always gonna go back to that feminism card and what men or what the society, or Gray describes it as the men who are in charge, who pretty much got them to play off our biology in a sense. However it happened, once they've had it, it's literally like a fucking big bomb has to be dropped and huge death and devastation has to happen, and they have to see it. Like, even if the news is painting a picture to them, they'll still continue to want to cling on to this make-believe world they've been sold their entire lives until they see dead bodies piling in front of them. I don't think these women are going to go into fight or flight mode.
See, that's the two things, right? First thing, I always preach that women don't realize what's going on until it's too late. Second, when it comes to them thinking that, oh, it won't happen to me, blah, 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 they always go for the hope factor. Because once again, women, they rely on possibility. Men, probability.
Well, I think, it's curious that you mentioned that, because that actually makes it sound a lot like the female equivalent of a red pill event, when they actually experience a trauma so severe that it smacks out the cognitive dissonance they've been holding on to on that time. Much like a simp who finally gets his shit kicked in hard enough that he can no longer accept the bullshit he's being fed.
Right, but more likely than not, the men are able to accept eventually if the facts are shown to them. And once again, the simps, all simps will not be able to wake up from their blue pill slumber. But when it comes to the probability and statistics and stuff, men are way more coherent and able to accept that besides women, because women, they're raised throughout their lives with that Disney delusional utopia. Like, oh, there's that 0.00001% chance I'll be meeting that Chad Prince out there one day. Let me just raise my delusional standards and be alone for the rest of my life.
Well, keep in mind, even after the Taliban took over, there were still some card-carrying feminists.
It's
insane. Before they had examples made of them.
It's insane, bro. It's insane, right? Like, oh, even though I'm alone by myself in the Middle East with a bunch of Taliban people, I still believe my Chad Prince is out there. Like, no, not at all, especially in the U.S. Oh, yeah, the gas prices are going up, the rent and the food, and I can't really afford what I want to get because I bought my nails, my hair, my eyelashes, my makeup, and etc. I'm very horrible at my financial responsibilities, but my Chad Prince will come save me. I just gotta raise my delusional standards. He'll come and save me. Yeah, good luck with that.
Reinforcement, I think, is a big deal when it comes to the Disney fairy tale. It's like, okay, it'd be one thing if they got through their first few loves, after they got their heart broke by the first few chads, I don't know, 18 to 20. Let's just call it that, those years. And then they weren't fed any more feminism. They weren't fed any more empowerment. And they could say, okay, well, maybe I should get my shit together. Maybe I should be more realistic in my standards, whatnot. But it's the reinforcement. How many billions, if not trillions of dollars worldwide goes into reinforcing this system that is always giving them another day tomorrow, another opportunity to grasp on. We know there's the simps there, and that's the primary mechanism because they're getting their biology played off of them. But at the end of the day, this big conglomerate of banking, the banking cartel, the government cartel, these people who have worldwide interests, the World Economic sort of people, they have so much invested in reinforcing this idea. I feel like if we kind of attack that is the reinforcement, because fuck, the Disney is going to set its toll, but they're going to realize it's not true after they get their hearts split open and shit on and ripped apart. But once it's like, but you can keep going, girl, till you're fucking 35. It's like, no, you can't.
Wait, I thought Obama said yes, I can.
Yeah. Like, let's be honest though. By the time they're 20 and run through a couple times, like they're fucking off the playing field anyway. Like they're fucked.
They're checked out, yeah.
I mean, nowadays, if they make it to 20 and only have a single-digit body count, they're rare.
Yeah, beyond rare. There's more male versions than female versions.
Yeah, I think I remember like this guy that I was talking to Chronic about finding a virgin female. It's like what's it the guy that said that you can get married at 30 and that's normal? It's like, yeah, you can get married. Like most women that have 5+ bodies get married more because there's more women that have 5+ bodies than there are anything else. It's like that's how. But
once again, she's just settling. She doesn't want that man. If she truly wants that man, she would definitely marry him by the time she was 18 to 23 years old.
Yeah, no, you can tell what kind of woman a man wants by who she goes for at 18.
Right. I'm talking about long-term relationships, not just fucking.
No, that's the thing. They want the long-term relationship with that man. They just can't get it.
Well, in other instances, there's plenty of young women out there don't give a fuck about long-term relationships. They just want to fuck.
You sure that's not just cope because they can't get a long-term relationship?
No. There's actually some decently attractive women out there that truly does not want to have a relationship. They just want to go and fuck as many men as possible. You know, not just any man, but men that meets her standards. Because I've been to college before. Okay.
No, that's the thing. Like, I can believe that they'd say that.
Oh,
but I wonder if it's actually 100% true. Like I say, they can do it, they can have the actions, but I wonder how many of them ever had the opportunity for a long-term relationship with a Chad and passed it up.
Oh, that I agree. That rarely happens. I definitely agree. But their initial thing that they're doing in college is they really are not trying to look for relationships. They're just trying to go to parties and have a lot of sex.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like they'll do that, but I'm sure that they don't know any other mating strategy, and chances are they were run through in high school, so they're already fucking.
Oh
ahead.
hell!
True.
Wait, when does your high school start? Because high school
14, and that's also a fairly common age for the V card to get popped for women.
14 to 18.
So yeah, so let's just say from 14 to 15, maybe 16, they lost their V card, and after they've just been on like let's say, I'm gonna be conservative as possible. Let's say they slept with around 4 or 5 guys.
No, yeah, I agree. I agree, because when I was in high school, I definitely seen that crazy shit going on. From freshman all the way up to senior year, it's usually those same girls that just hopping from dude to dude, usually from the football team or something like that.
They're playing Mario, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But hey, y'all. Do you have anything else to say about this topic before we head out?
Nope, I don't.
No.
Nothing extra to add. No.
Okay. No.
No, it's been a good conversation.
All right. Too easy. Thank you all for joining. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about women's happiness is a black hole. And I'll be talking about it at noon or 6. I still haven't decided yet. What do you think you guys are able to do it?
Well, I definitely won't be able to make it till 6.
Okay. You two, real talk and carry on?
Yeah,
My
probably
time's
be better off.
difficult.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
I'll be
And
fine.
actually, Yeet, there's a book I'd like to send you via Discord, a particular chapter to talk on this kind of subject. It'll deal with both that one, but it also, I think, gives insights to the black pill.
Okay, I'm definitely down. Go ahead and send me the book. Thank you all for joining, and definitely try to come back tomorrow because this was a great conversation.
So,
Agreed. Thank-
Puniti.
Unity.
Puniti. That's
Peace out.
Bye, guys.
all right. Peace.
Adios.
All right, this is your boy Sir Yeetus, the one and only. If you guys donated to the Cash App yet, that was on top of the chat, you see the link right there. Thank you for whoever donated. And this is something that I want to talk about today when it comes to women. Literally, they're not coming into these gyms to work out. There's only validation and try to feel superior to men, calling them horrible names, shaming language, saying, "Oh, look at these creeps, look at this, look at that," when they're wearing clothes that leaves basically little to the imagination and busting it wide open when it comes to various workouts such as yoga or squats or whatever they want to do to show off their assets. All right. Believe me, gentlemen, if you went through that before or right now, you're not alone. A lot of men think about this as well. That's why I would definitely love to create an all-male gym in the future. Because at least before all these gym thotties came in, they, as men, are able to focus on getting them gains. And that's the whole purpose of a gym. All right. You don't come up in here talking about, oh, don't look at my ass. Even though I'm wearing no panties and my yoga pants are riding up my goddamn crotch. Don't look at me, you creep. Like, what the fuck? That makes no sense whatsoever. Especially when these bitches, they go to the squat racks or deadlifts and do the weirdest workouts that have nothing to do with getting strength training, only so they can record men looking at her and then complain about it later on. And then these men lives are potentially ruined because these gym thotties that want to come to the gym, they wanted their 15 minutes of fame. If you're going to go to a gym, gentlemen, definitely go to a gym store and buy whatever equipment you need and create your own home gym. Okay. But if you can't and you still have to go to these public gyms, ignore these thoughts. Okay. Because once again, they're the ones that are slowing you down. They're the ones that are slowing down your gains. There's always going to be thotties around, gentlemen. You need to understand. There are always going to be women around from now until the day you die. But at this moment, if you're not hitting the gym, go hit the gym right now. If you're on the gym right now, hit the gym even harder. Okay? Because your hard work will pay off. And this is the first time that you don't have to go to these women. These women will be coming to you. I don't have to worry about, Western women. Because once again, I ain't fucking with Western women anymore. But if you do, you make sure and you establish and you put your foot down and stating that you are the prize. Not her, you. Because she can easily be replaced. Remember, gentlemen, her window of her attractiveness is only so small. And that's what a lot of females in today's society fail to realize. It doesn't matter how much you go to the gym and shit. The wall is undefeated. Men age like wine, women age like milk. Think on that, gentlemen. Think on that. This is Sir Yeetus. Hopefully you guys had your daily dose of red pills. And expect another stream to happen tomorrow. It's going to be a funny, yet good one. A lot of good gems. I am out. Peace.